Hello, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast today, the 7th of September 2020. I really want to welcome you, and for those of you who are watching us for the first time, I'd like to encourage you to make sure that you subscribe and that you click on that bell there. That way, we get to notify you. Actually, YouTube gets to notify you every time we have a post. But even if you don't get to be notified, because YouTube keeps clamping down on people like us who talk about controversial issues. So, but even if you don't get notified, at least you will be on our subscription list. Subscription is absolutely free. So you can go there and you will get all kinds of content that we continuously dish out. We focus on issues that have to do with injustice, with marginalization, with oppression of people. We don't like that, so we're always focusing on those kind of issues. And well, that's about subscribing. Today we're going to be talking about the killings that are going on in Southern Kaduna, in Kaduna State. You guys know this has been going on, and it's a shame that the government of the state and the federal government has not been able to find a lasting solution to these killings. It is really, really frustrating. And so I have a group that are based here in the USA who are trying to do their part by way of organizing a protest. They'll be organizing a peaceful protest at the Nigerian embassy in Washington, D.C. on September the 8th, which is tomorrow at 12 p.m. We're going to try to, monitor that too. They are supposed to already join us. I think they are trying to join us any moment from now. We'll be able to admit them. We're already gone live, so I'm gonna mute them so they so that we're able to bring them up. So we have two guests today. We have two guests today. We have Karen and Emeka. They're going to join us. I already have Karen standing by. I'm going to bring her up very soon, and we're going to also wait for the other guests. So just give us a few seconds and everybody will join us. Meanwhile, before we go into discussing the killings in Southern Kaduna, I just want to share a video with us. I want to share this video with us, and this video is it really touched my heart. It was sent to me by someone who is an activist. She's a community worker. She participated in the last election.
Not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Oh, I'm gonna send a bird, gonna drown a mind. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
Okay, guys. I hope you learned a lesson from that video. These are people who are physically challenged, and they don't consider themselves as people with disability. You know, in Nigeria, it's the way the society is. Uh, we're not able to appreciate people, you know, with different things they are dealing with. We just like to say everybody's disabled. No, they are not disabled. They consider themselves people with disability, with challenges. Okay, if you want to reach out to them, if you want to be a part of different efforts that people are making, especially the person who sent me this video with Honorable Elizabeth Emmanuel, please get in touch with me. You can call me, you can send me a text, you can get me on WhatsApp +1 647 9892837. You can reach me through that. I still don't have all our okay, now we have our guests. We are gonna bring we're gonna bring them in shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to bring our guests in. We finally have them. You know, technology sometimes poses a challenge, but thank God that we have them. So I will be bringing two of our guests in shortly. Okay, it's gonna be a wide shot because it's two people that are trying to squeeze into one, but we will work it out somehow. We will work it out. So let me start with 1 second. We'll work this thing out. You guys forgive me. It was supposed to be one screen, but now we're gonna have to split it. Anyways, it's all good. It is all good. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Very well, very well.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of inviting to our program Mr. Chike Anyanwu and Magnifaith Creamy. Chike Anyanwu was a former candidate for State Delegate District 21 in the state of Maryland, USA, and is currently the Executive Director, African Global Center. And African Global Center tries to achieve peace around African nations. And the second guest is Magnifaith Creamy, who is a journalist that comes from Taraba State of Nigeria. She runs an online outfit. It is called World Desk News, which features breaking news about terrorism and stuff like that. She has personally interviewed the Southern Kaduna victims of terrorism, so that is why she is the right person to be discussing the killings in Southern Kaduna. my guests, my dear guests, both of you are welcome to our program today. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Dr. Chidi.
Okay, okay. So let me start with you, Anyanwu. Tell us what this whole thing is all about. Why are you guys? Let's talk about the protest. Why are you guys organizing a protest in Washington D.C.?
Well, Doc, for a long time, you guys have been protesting, you and Showere and everybody, we've been protesting about what's going on in Nigeria. Nigeria has become a failed state. It's become so failed to the point where people are killed on the street, by all these jihadists, Boko Haram, herdsmen. They kill people anytime they so choose. And that's not how countries exist. And it becomes so bad when you pick a group of people, to eliminate, So at least what's going on in the eastern part of Nigeria, where I know people are being killed and every day. But in Southern Kaduna, what is going on? And I'm going to leave Magna Faith to talk more about that because she's from the north and this is her baby. She brought me into, this this thing going on. So it becomes, it got to the point where people are being killed and I cannot sit by and let that continue to happen without adding my voice to our Christian brothers and sisters in Southern Kaduna. So I'm going to let Magna Faith talk more on that.
Okay, go ahead, Magna Faith.
Oh, sure. Thank you very much, Dr. Chidi, for having me on your platform. I must commend your efforts in ensuring that our narrative around the world
Can you
shines a
speak
light.
up a little bit? We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yeah.
Yes. I want to especially thank you, Dr. Chidi, for utilizing your platform to amplify the voices of the voiceless, especially in Nigeria. Not very many diasporans do what you do. And so I would like to especially commend you. I would like to thank you. And I wish and hope that, our fellow Nigerians around the world can continue to encourage and, support the work that you're doing because this is very much needed. Now,
Thank you.
back to the topic of discussion. I want to talk about um, the diaspora as it pertains to what's happening in Nigeria. Now, I'm going to go into details as regards to what's happening in Southern Kaduna and what's happening in the northern region of Nigeria. But first, let me talk about how it is imperative that we diasporans, raise our voices to announce, to highlight, and to showcase exactly what's going on in Nigeria. Because obviously, the media in Nigeria, have been oppressed to the point where, we now have false narratives or, um, stretched truth, if I can put it that way. And so the only avenue to get the essence, the reality, and the facts of what's really happening in Nigeria is through our folk in the diaspora. And unfortunately, Dr. Chidi, we have failed Nigeria. We have failed Nigeria in the fact that we came here, we have light, we have water, we have security, but we've forgotten from whence we came. We've forgotten our brothers and our sisters, we've forgotten our mothers, we've forgotten our fathers, we've forgotten the children whose dreams are on hold because of the nuisance, the unrest, the nonsense that's happening in Nigeria right now. And so it behooves you and I to continue to ensure that whatever medium, whatever tool, whatever platform we have, that we ensure that the world gets to hear and gets to understand to the fullest possible means what exactly it is that's going on in Nigeria. Let's talk about what's happening in Southern Kaduna. Now, I'm from Taraba State, so I'm not here to discuss something that is monetarily beneficial to me, or like a marketing strategy. Because what happens online today, Dr. Chidi, is people seeking clout, or looking for an avenue to become famous, or just to be known, or just to fulfill their. I'm from the north. I'm from Taraba State, and I was raised in Katsina State. Dr. Chidi, do you know Katsina State? Do you know where Katsina is?
Yeah.
Great. So I was raised in Katsina State. That's why I went to That's why I went. I went to school, elementary, and I did high school in Abuja. So I am a proper Northern girl,
Okay.
and I'm a Christian, and I have family. I have brothers and sisters, cousins, nephews, nieces in the north. And so the information that I'm providing you is firsthand. It's not something that I'm reading online, or I'm not in support of something. I'm talking about this topic from an experiential perspective.
Okay.
And this is the situation. There is ongoing genocide taking place in the northern region of Nigeria. The media in Nigeria can choose to embellish it. They can choose to twist it. They can choose to turn a blind eye, but I'm not going to turn a blind eye to what's going on in Nigeria. There is ongoing genocide going right now, as I'm speaking to you, in Nigeria, by the Fulani jihadists, the Fulani militia, the Islamic extremist group, in collaboration with Governor El Rufai. They have chosen to totally annihilate, to remove Christians from the northern region of Nigeria, especially in Southern Kaduna. And the world must understand who is responsible, who is supporting, and who the victims are. The victims of the chaos and unrest in Nigeria are the Christians of the northern region of Nigeria. As of yesterday, Dr. Chidi, which September 6th, there was fresh attacks in the Adara Kingdom of the Southern Kaduna region of Nigeria, where 3 people were killed, were butchered around 2 a.m. They were butchered in their sleep. They were killed. A pastor who has 5 children was killed yesterday, just yesterday, Dr. Chidi. 2 other people were killed, and I learned that about 5 other people were kidnapped just yesterday. I don't want to begin to talk about the scores of Christians that have been senselessly killed, massacred in Southern Kaduna, and the rest of Nigeria is sitting back and watching because it has not gotten to their doorstep yet. Dr. Chidi is coming to them. Let's speak Nigeria. It's going to them. It's coming to the east. When they finish with us in the north, they are coming to the east. And when they finish with the east, they are going to the west. So I rest my case at this point.
Okay. Uh yes, my sister, this is the reality on ground. Um the question is, why does this keep happening? Because it's not today we started hearing this. Why does this keep going on and on and on? And you would think that the federal government of Nigeria would do something about it. You would think that the president will talk about it. You would think that the governor would actually tackle it. So, Mr. Anyanwu, what do you think is the problem? Why the government doesn't seem to be concerned about what, or is playing lip service to it?
It's something that has been going on for a long time. Have millions of people, graduates, young, vibrant, people that are their blood boiling, they want to do something for Nigeria, and yet those people will not have the opportunity, to help bring Nigeria to a world standard. let me give you an instance. Right here in America, in United States, in Maryland, I ran for state delegate. I had the opportunity. I competed, and it was great. I couldn't.
Sorry, we seem to be losing contact with them. I think it's probably a network issue, and yeah, I have some network issues from their end. So we're gonna hold on for them. When they come back, I'll reconnect with them. Our sister said something like when they finish with the north, they'll come down to the south. And what I have to say about that is that they are already in the south. They are already in the south. There is no, it is not that when they finish they will come down. They are already in the south. I mean the southern part of Nigeria, the south, the east, they are already there. There are videos upon videos out there, and the one that really boggles my brain is when you see people countering the videos that are out there. You know, people say, no, that video is not real, oh, that video is not real. Let
It's
me
all
tell
real.
you. Okay,
It's
I
all
think
real.
I think you're back. Hold on, we lost you a long time ago. I'm telling you, we lost you a very long time ago. So you're just gonna, I don't know, just go back to when I asked you the question because we lost you.
Okay, sure. So what I was saying is that we have millions of people in Nigeria, graduates, people with a lot of education, PhDs, who can run Nigeria effectively. But when we leave it to people like Buhari, oh wow.
Go on, at least we can hear you. It's
Okay, you can hear
frozen,
me.
but we
Okay,
can hear you.
okay, good. So when we have people like Buhari, when we have people like at least
Yes, when we have people like Buhari, the one that is either dead or living, running our country. And when I say that, people say, Chidi, I can't believe you. I can't believe that you are talking like that. Why are you talking like all these people? All these people who are riffraffs, all these people who are non-entities. You, you that we thought you are intelligent. How can you be talking about Buhari dead or alive? My question is whether you believe that it is the Buhari, the General Buhari that went into power in 2015, or whether there's another one, Jubril, or whether there's another one again, whether you believe all that or not, the president of Nigeria is dead. Dead. Whether physically, spiritually, virtually, everything is dead. Somebody, if somebody is living and they're walking corpse, are they any are they any use to you? Are they not dead? They're dead now. So why are we wasting our time? When he visited Trump, the president of US, what did he say? Didn't you see that leaked memo? Did you see the president or the American government ever contest that statement that Trump said, I don't like meeting with dead people? So if he said that, what do you understand? United States will always come up to say, no, our president didn't say this, so this is what the president said. They know how to manage information. Show me where they ever said that that statement is wrong. You will not. So the president of Nigeria is dead. It's just other people. And the real vice president of Nigeria died some months ago. The one that is answering vice president now. You know, he's ceremonial vice president. He has never been the vice president. Never. The vice president has always been Abba Kaire. And that one is dead too. So it's only cabals and the presidency. Remember, it's the presidency, not the president. When Trump signs something, when Trump says something, and this is according to Nnamdi Kanu, when he says something, you will see the president of the United States of America says this, or signs this, or gives this statement. When they say it in Nigeria, you hear the presidency. And when you harass them too much, they try to bring the president. And all the president is fond of doing is doing meeting. He will just come and sit and smile. You know that smile that you get from somebody who is drowning. Like when somebody is drowning, when what do you call it? When the river is drowning, when somebody is drowning in the lake, there's a kind of smile that they smile. They just that's what I heard. Though. I've never seen anybody drowning, but Igbo people say that when somebody is drowning, you'll be smiling. So that is the case with your president, because he's not my president. And then when you talk about people like Malam El Rufai is just a little devil. But let us go back to our guest, Mr. Ayan, who we have reestablished connection with. So continue, Mr. Ayan.
Thank you. I don't know where we lost you, but I was saying that it's unfortunate that we have millions of Nigerians, very young, very educated, very vibrant, and yet we have people like General Buhari, Mohammed Buhari, who is not capable of, being a local government chairman, yet he's ruling Nigeria. Where else in the world does that happen? It is so unfortunate that, all they're interested in is making Nigeria a Muslim nation. And apart from that, they have no other thing to offer Nigeria. So I am saying, though, that we should never let them achieve that goal. And that's why I was so proud of Omoyele Sowore and what he was trying to achieve. And we must continue to support people like him, people like you who went home to run for governor of your state. Time will come, time is here right now, not will come, but time is here right now for us to achieve those goals and make sure that Buhari, El-Rufai, especially El-Rufai, for some odd reason, wants to commit genocide against people of Southern Kaduna. And we're not going to let them do that. So we continue to pray for people of Southern Kaduna. We want them to know that we are with them every day.
All right.
Prayer. Yes.
All right, thank you. Now let's go back to our sister. Help me if I'm not. I don't live there right now. Most of us just read what is in the newspaper, and a lot of these things are, they kind of filter them so that you don't get to see the real thing. Okay, but help us describe, and I mean graphically, some of the incidences that occur when you hear that there's an attack in Southern Kaduna. Help explain some of these experiences. Is it that when they come, the people they meet have guns, and two of them exchanging a gun battle back and forth, and then one person wins the other? Or how is the situation of the people who are living there? And then describe for us how the invaders come and what transpires and how they are left after the whole incident has happened. That way we can begin to visualize what we are dealing with here.
Actually, I have several videos that I can, play, sharing my screen where, your audience can, take a peek at what's really going on.
A little louder, please.
I said I have videos that I can play, short clips that I can play, that your audience can, get better insight as regards to what's really happening there. Now, we all know that Nigeria has, a little over 205 million people, and the genocide has lasted 10 years. Now it's been 10 years since the genocide began. But with regards to description of how it occurs, there's no way that I can humanly describe or explain how barbaric and how sick this Fulani militia or jihadist militia massacre, kill, slaughter the Christians in the north. Only way that I can explain or describe or just kind of give you a little insight is by playing these short clips, which I would do. If you give me just a second, I can find short clips to play for you. There are videos. It's visual. It's mhm. Yeah, I totally understand. I totally understand. I mean,
Okay, sorry, my audio was off. What I'm trying to say is that if the video is one that contains graphic images and graphic video that is like it shows blood and all of those things, YouTube will not let us show it. But if you send it to me, I will publish it on my Facebook page, on Worship Media Facebook page. We can publish it on our website. But incidentally, if we put it up on YouTube, they are not gonna allow us to. They will just shut down the whole video, and nobody will get to hear everything that we have said. So I'll advise you to send it to me via WhatsApp. But if there's the one that we can show, or we can manage to show what's happening and remove the part where the where it's graphic, if we can do that. Do I still have you on? Because
yes,
you seem to
yes,
be
yes. We
frozen
can hear you,
since.
but we're frozen. I think the network is kind of bad.
Yeah, but
But
you're still there, right?
yeah, we're here. We can hear you. Can you
We,
hear us?
yes, we can hear you. We can hear you guys. It's just that you're frozen. We can just see your picture, but it's okay. It's okay. But if you play it, I won't be able to. Well, you can
I'll
play
send it
it.
to you.
Play it. We can hear the audio if you have
No,
it.
what I would do is I would send it to you. I would send it to you, and then you can, play it on your website. I'll send you a less graphic one that you can also play for your viewers or your audience on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah,
I'll send
sure,
that.
sure, sure. I'll be glad to play that. But it is, you can also describe it to us. Like for instance, I know that when Fulani headsmen attacked a place in Enugu and somewhere in Anambra, they had they cut up a person. I saw that they cut up a girl and dismembered her parts. Her leg, one leg was found on this side of the bush, another leg on the other side of the bush. Her head was cut off. Her private parts were cut off. She was just dismembered like a cow. It was in the east. We saw it. So this is the kind of things that I want people to know that is happening. That's the kind of when they went to somewhere in Abakaliki, they came there, they dragged people out, they burnt their houses, they cut a woman open and brought out the baby and cut the baby into pieces. That's the kind of thing that I know they've done down in the east. So I don't know whether it is the same thing that they're experiencing up there in southern Kaduna.
Absolutely. It's the same thing and even worse. And even worse because in the East, you have occasions or you have situations that would occur within once in 2 weeks or maybe in a month or a
Yeah.
year. In Southern Kaduna, talking about daily occurrences. You're talking about weekly attacks. And there is an article that was actually put out, a report that was put out by the International Committee on Nigeria on the silent slaughter, the genocide of the Christians, and it reported that within 20 years there's been 62,000 innocent Christian farmers that have been killed within the northern region alone in Nigeria, just Nigeria.
Magna Faith, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
When these things occur, like these people, do they come with helicopters or speed vehicles? What do they
No.
come in when they come?
They come in the dead of the night. They come in the dead of the night,
Yeah.
unannounced, and they come with machetes. And some of them do have, guns, AK-47s and stuff like that. But the bulk of the attacks, what they want to do, they want to punish these people. So the ones they use AK-47 will be like when they're attacking them on the highway. But when they attack these villages, they go with machetes. They go with knives.
But
And
what
they
kind of
slaughter- they wanna-
vehicles? What kind of vehicles do they use?
I don't have details as regards what vehicle they use.
Do
but I
you,
can
do you know the
tell
point
you-
I'm making? Let me tell you the point I'm making. I find it ridiculous that within a locality that this thing keeps happening on a regular basis, and they don't have runways. They obviously don't come with helicopters. They must use some kind of local traffic. So it's either they are using bikes or keke napep, and most obviously because they go inside the bush, they use bikes and they trek. So it is not fathomable that the government is not able to round these people up, because we will hear that they attacked one village today and then they come and they attack the next village today. So proximity of where they retreated to the point of attack is not much. So the government knows where they come from.
Oh, absolutely, Dr. Chidi. There's no doubt about the fact that these people are settled in that area, and there's no doubt that they can be found. You have to understand that the crisis in Nigeria is a crisis of governance. It's a crisis of violence and humanitarian, crisis. It's a humanitarian crisis, meaning that it's an intentional. It's not like it's like an accident or like armed robbery. No, this is an intentional, strategic, very well organized genocide.
Orchestrated.
Yeah.
Very well, organized, strategic genocide against the Christians in the north. Now, in Southern Kaduna, I want you to understand that the governor is very much aware of the fact that, and I want to correct you now, these are not Fulani herdsmen, because I know Nigerians usually use the word Fulani herdsmen. Now, if I'm Fulani and I'm raising cattle or cows or whatever, I'm a herdsman. Does that make me a militia or an extremist? No, I'm not. They are called. So I would advise that people stop calling them Fulani herdsmen, because they are Fulani herdsmen that are not necessarily,
So what is the right name for them?
I will call them Fulani jihadists.
Oh, okay.
Fulani jihadists. Their narrative. I would say from reports that their narrative is founded on the Islamic jihad, which I don't believe is correct, because I do have family and friends that are Muslims and are great Muslims, amazing Muslims, who have also told me that Islam is not in support of these killings. But unfortunately, these Fulani extremists have hijacked this Islamic jihad, how I put it now, doctrine, and utilized it for political gains. Now, I believe that what they're really after in the Southern Kaduna region is to totally move, forcefully remove the Christians of the Southern Kaduna region. Now, we had a situation in 2018 where the high chief of the Adara chiefdom. Now, within the Southern Kaduna region, we have a little over 60 ethnic groups within Southern Kaduna alone. So there's several ethnicities within Southern Kaduna. Majority are Christians. It's actually 99.1% Christian. That's the Southern Kaduna region. And that's why the bulk of the attacks have happened in Southern Kaduna. So it's a strategic and very well orchestrated and organized attack against the Christians of Kaduna.
Let
They
me
want Christians from Kaduna
let me
State.
point this out. Now that you talked about being strategic and being deliberate, Mr. Anyanwu, come into this and help me figure this out. So you have a governor that says openly that he has negotiated with people who are kidnappers, people who raid a place and kill people, people who kidnap, that he has negotiated with them and paid them so that all of these activities will stop. The same governor imposes a curfew, and during this curfew they also jam GSM communication, and this is the period that these attacks mostly happen. Now, help me understand what is going on here.
That is so hard for anybody to explain. You know, you and I have been in the developed world, and we see how things work. You know, for El-Rufai to be paying those people, he's really paying them. I believe that he's really paying them to continue to attack the people. He's not interested in peace at all. I don't believe Governor El-Rufai is interested in peacemaking. I believe that he's paying those people to continue to do his work. His interest, I believe, is that to eliminate all the Christian communities in Southern Kaduna. There's no other reason. There's no other way that you can explain that. You know, that there's no way he can tell me that he's not aware of these people being killed overnight. The report that I get is that many times these attacks happen in the night. By early morning, they've cleared the bodies that were killed. They've cleared them, they've buried them. You know, you cannot even, tell that people were attacked at night. So I don't understand why El-Rufai is trying to do this. Why Buhari does not even want to say a word. That makes me begin to believe what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying, that the person in Aso Rock is not actually Buhari. It's somebody else. You know, I don't know how else to explain it. You know, so
For me, you know what I believe, and I've said it from all angles. If the person there is, and I said it when you guys were cut off, I said if the person there is Buhari, he's dead. Even
Yes.
Trump said, I don't want to meet with a dead president anymore. So if you believe it's Buhari, it's a dead Buhari. If
Yeah.
it is not Buhari, if it is another person from Saudi Arabia or whatever,
Yeah.
that person too is totally clueless. They didn't clone the person very well. So either way you look at it, we are dealing with dead human beings.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
So
yeah. So go ahead and finish.
yeah, let me. So going back to this protest that's going on, I want to invite all diaspora to please come out on the 8th. You know, we must do this. We must make people aware, what's going on in Southern Kaduna, that people are being eliminated. A whole community of people are being eliminated. And we cannot sit back and let this happen. So please announce to your audience to come out 12 noon on the 8th, so that we can let Nigerian community, let the world community know. We can let American State Department, we can let the White House, understand the severity of what's going on in Nigeria. I will appreciate that, seeing your audience, coming out and participating in this protest. We must do this.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's talk about. You say the protest is stop the bloodbath, and stop the bloodbath in Southern Kaduna. Stop the Southern Kaduna bloodbath, a peaceful protest at the Nigerian embassy in Washington, D.C. on September 8th by 12 p.m. So tell us more about it. Where will people gather, and what is it going to look like?
We're going to meet at the in front of the Nigerian embassy. We have everything that everybody will need, such as placards, and we're going to have the media. We're going to have even non-Nigerian citizens are going to be there. So come out. It will be a shame if we have more non-Nigerians at this protest than Nigerians. I know we want to work hard. I know we work 24 hours. I understand that. I know we have families to feed. But this is very, very critical because we have a whole community of people that are being eliminated. Just like Magna was saying, if it hasn't happened to you, if it hasn't reached at your doors yet, whether in Nigeria or any other place, somewhere, somehow, eventually, if we don't start this right now, it will come to you. And we don't pray for that. So if every one of us will come out and participate so that Nigeria knows that, Buhari and El-Rufai will know that we are paying attention, that we're not going to let them achieve this agenda. So that let's make them aware of that. So please, everybody come out. 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. on the 8th at the Nigerian embassy in Washington, D.C. You don't have to drive. There's a metro train that stops right in front of the Nigerian embassy. It's just a little bit of walk. So if you don't want to drive, but if you drive, it's an easy drive. We expect to see you, every one of you, on that day. Thank you.
All right. Now, Magna, some people will argue that, hey, this protest, what do they achieve? They don't really achieve so much. We are here in the diaspora protesting while the thing is happening in Nigeria. Tell us why you believe that protests like this have an impact, on what goes on in Nigeria. Why do you believe that it is important to do protests like this, and what do you actually hope to achieve from this protest?
Dr. Chidi, that is a profound question. Reason being that, you see, you're bringing us on your platform may seem irrelevant or not as useful to some people, but it shows your concern for the progress of Nigeria. It shows the diversity in your media work, that you're not necessarily from the northern region of Nigeria. However, you chose to use your platform to amplify the voices of the people of the northern region of Nigeria. That is huge. That is huge. We have to understand that whilst we may
Whoa. Sorry guys, it's happening again. We lost them again. I'm hoping that we will gain them back. We lost them again. It's a network issue. I hope it's not from my side. But it's really, I feel bad that this keeps coming up. But that's technology for you. It helps you, and at some other time it frustrates you. But I think it helps you more than it disappoints you. Now, when we get reconnected with them, I'm going to ask them a sensitive question. And if you want to call, you may go ahead and call on +1 647 9892837. You can call if you have a question, if you have a comment, especially if you're from Southern Kaduna and you're watching. I would like to hear from you. What is your experience? What do you think about what is going on? So go ahead and call if you have a question for for um, for Magna, or you have a question for Anyanwu. Just go ahead and call, and they'll be able to answer your question. Okay, so like I said, if you if you're watching and you want to make a contribution or you have a question to ask, please go ahead and ask that question, and I will. Okay, I have a caller, Bright Ibokwe from the US. Let me take your call, Bright. Go ahead. Uh, yes, go ahead and tell us your name and where you're calling from. Normal
Yeah, this
drill.
is Bright people from US.
Go ahead, Bright.
I don't know, you received what I sent to you before, right?
I think so, my brother. I received tons of messages.
I know you have a lot of things. Let me just make it clear. If the had it been ready, you will understand that what is going on in Nigeria has been planned, and they know it. There's nothing to hide about it. So the question is, how do we go to stop it? Then my reason is, I commend Mr. Adam and the others about what they are doing. I'm working with a senator in South Florida, and what Mr. Adam is trying to do is what they told us to do. The killing in Enugu and Southern Kaduna, to create awareness on international level so that the whole world is documented. So my question was, they told me that I'm not a member of IPOB. They told me that Nigerians have to organize and do protests, not only in one state. But I would like for you to give them my number so that I can help and organize other things within North Carolina and
Please,
Florida.
please, let's do something. Go ahead and call your number out, please, if you don't mind, so that they will take it, because there's no time to waste in these things.
Okay, my number is 919-519-6949.
Please
Because
just call it
senators are asking us
call
to
it
do
once more, please.
It's 919-519-6949.
All right. Thank you very much,
So
my
that's
brother.
what the senators want us to do. Okay.
Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much. Thank you. Yeah. Mr. Anyanwu Magna, you heard that last caller. Before you guys left, someone was talking. I think it was you, Magna, and the thing froze. Sorry about that. I know it can be frustrating, but go ahead and finish your last talk, and then I will ask you a question which keeps popping up from our viewers and from a lot of people who want to be part of what is going on, but I want us to treat that question. So go ahead and finish.
Right. So I was saying that the very
Okay, there we go again. I don't want to always give these people credit for trying to jam the lines whenever we are we're talking about sensitive issues. Although I know they do it, but I hate to admit it. It makes them feel good. They are there online doing all kinds of things. If you saw Nnamdi Kanu's broadcast yesterday, you will see what went on there. When Revolution Now movement was doing their thing, you saw what was going on. When Moele Shore was being interviewed, you saw what was going on. Every time we advertise this kind of topic, we advertise it a time ahead. you will always find this kind of things happening. Although I hate to admit it, but yeah, they do a lot of that. And immediately after this, I'm telling you, for a couple of days now, I've had Zoom meetings with 2, 3, 4 people. I've had Facebook meetings. I have all those. If I show you what my upload speed here and my download speed is on the internet, you'll be shocked because I have a mega system here that can handle all these things. But they always go after whoever you're working with, but that's okay. We don't give up. That's what we do. We just keep on pushing, and because we have to get the message out there. We have to get the message out there. Samuel Onan says, no, we need to fix a date to go to CNN, ABC, and yeah, please go ahead and call. I had a caller that was calling from Nigeria, and sorry, I couldn't take your call because somebody else was on the line when you were calling. But I'm going to do you a favor and I'm going to call you. I'm not doing you a favor, please, but I'm going to just try to call back, and I'm hoping that you pick the line and we have an opportunity to hear from you. So I'm calling back the Nigerian number that called. I hope they're going to see my number and pick up the phone and not think that it's a 419 person calling. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Chidi. I'm calling you from Worship Media. We missed your call, so that's why I'm calling you back.
My able comrade. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Folorunsho from Nigeria.
Okay, go ahead, Folorunsho.
Yeah, I really want to appreciate what you are doing. At least your good work, God will surely reward you.
Thank you very much.
For you to go far to level of going to the north to see their concern as well. You are really appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just want to call to thank you very much that your work, you're appreciating it.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, Magna, I'm going to start praying while you talk so that they will not cut you off.
I know.
So just go ahead and make it sharp, and then I'll ask you my question.
Okay. Now, I wanted to add to what Ms. Aya was saying earlier. When you asked him about why Governor El-Rufai would pay the Boko Haram or the Fulani jihadists and continue to encourage them as it relates to the incidents in Southern Kaduna, you have to understand that several young folk, several activists have been jailed, imprisoned in Nigeria because of the uprising, because of the unrest, because of the conflict in Southern Kaduna. And it's scary to see how that Governor El-Rufai can imprison Stephen Kefas. It's scary that Daddy Yatta is, nowhere to be found. It's scary that the Agom Adara of Adara Chiefdom and many others have been persecuted.
Pastors.
For speaking up against and speaking out against the killings, the massacre in Southern Kaduna. But the governor can go out of his way to provide funding to this very deadly terror group. It's mind-boggling, and it's more confusing that the Nigerian citizenry are sitting back and watching all of this happen. It's scary that the Nigerian youth, whether in the northern region or the west or the east, are okay with the fact that a governor can choose to use public funds to sponsor or to patronize a terrorist group and continue to persecute innocent civilians, innocent citizens that have chosen to use their voices, to raise their voices in support of the victims of the killings. Can somebody help me see why I'm so passionate about this whole thing. Governor El-Rufai is a disgrace to the northern region of Nigeria. Governor El-Rufai he needs to be brought to book on the international platform. Mr. Ayanwu and I would ensure that the United States of America, that the State Department would bring Governor El-Rufai to his knees as it pertains to the compromise, as it pertains to the covering of the very many very many women and children that have been killed in the northern region of Nigeria. Let me tell you, I'm emotionally disturbed. I'm emotionally unsettled because I've received several clips, I've received several messages, I've received several pictures.
Every day.
Every day. Very many have not been publicized. Very many have not been published because of the false narrative that has been going on in Nigeria. Now we understand that the media has been hijacked by the Nigerian government. Nigerian media platforms are afraid that they will be shut down should they publish, truth and fact with regards to the killings in the northern region of Nigeria. And it's unfortunate. And that's why what you're doing, Dr. Chidi, is very important. What I'm doing in the USA is very important. We have to use our platforms to amplify the voices of the voiceless in Nigeria. We will not be stopped.
And just a little bit more, go.
Thank you watching me. This is Samuel Unai, calling from Pick It Back Movement from Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
I have a question. I have a question for my sister and my brother in Washington, D.C. My sister, please. I'm told that the governor of Kaduna State, El-Rufai, is a Muslim, and the deputy governor is a Muslim. What are the lawmakers in Kaduna doing? Why would they allow two Muslims to be on top? One should be a Christian, one should be, the governor should be a Muslim, the deputy governor should be a Christian. That's how it is done. What happened? This is the beginning of the problem. There is no Christian on top to fight for those people in Southern Kaduna. This is the biggest problem. And my brother in Washington, D.C., I think we need to plan a date to time when we go to CNN in Atlanta and CNN office in Washington, D.C., and show them the videos so they can see what is happening. So CNN can interview you people and broadcast to the world what is happening. So thank you so much for a good job you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question, sir. I appreciate your concern. Now, you have to understand that these people that we're dealing with are very organized. They're very organized,
very calculated,
and they are very unified. They're unified and they're very cooperative. They're not like us. They're not like us who for petty reasons, for sentimental reasons, we bicker and fight with one another. We refuse supporting one another. We refuse to unify our voices, in support of great causes like this. These people come together. They stand with one another. They support one another. In fact, let me just tell you, Fulanis in other parts of Africa would always stand with Fulanis in Nigeria. They are the most organized terrorist groups in the entire world. I must tell you that. They're very strategic and their plans are long-term. These people don't give up. They're not like you and I who will start a project and then next week we get tired. They don't get tired. Their strategies and plans are transferred from generation to generation. If you really know what we're dealing with, I don't think any Nigerian will be able to sleep. But what's happening is the media has refused to let you all know, Nigerian citizenry, and even Nigerians abroad, they've refused to let you really know how dangerous these terrorist groups are. If you know how dangerous they are, I promise you we'll stop fighting each other. Whenever we come, it's just like the protest that we put up now. I promise you that very many diasporan leaders will not show up tomorrow at the Nigerian embassy. You know why? Because they don't know Magna Faith or because they don't know Chikayan. We are not like these people. They don't care whether they've met you before. So long as you're Fulani and you're fighting for Sharia law, you're fighting the jihad war, they are with you. They're not like us that would not follow you because you're not Yoruba or you're not Igbo or you don't attend my church or you don't belong in my organization or you're for Showore and for Namdi or all that nonsense stuff. They're not like us. They stand with one another. And that's why it's been difficult for the Western world to take us seriously because we have wars, we have battles that we're fighting even within ourselves as Christians in the northern region. We have people who are following the Khan organization. We have people who are following this organization, and this organization is fighting this organization, and that group is fighting that. We're not unified. We find reasons to pull each other down. And so the Western world will never take us seriously unless we choose to stand together, unless we choose to announce, these issues as one, unless we choose to put our differences aside, our weaknesses aside, and come together and say, hey, this has to stop. And you don't have to be a Christian to be in support of this cause. You just have to be human. You just have to be human. You just have to be, you just have to be empathetic to see little babies butchered, pregnant women killed. I would even rather that they line them up and shoot them. But I mean, they're being cut in pieces, like they break their bones, and some of them they even chain them. They chain them and starve them to death. I mean, you don't really want to know what's happening in Nigeria. If you know what's happening in Nigeria, we all will not be able to sleep. But the most important thing I want you to take from this is that we need to set our differences aside. The competition, the bickering, the complaints. We need to come together as one diaspora community and raise our voice to ensure that Governor El-Rufai is held responsible for the misdeeds, for the killings, the massacre, the slaughter that has become Southern Kaduna.
All right, thank you. Mr. Young, we were saying something before that call. I would like you to finish what you were saying.
One important goal that African Global Center has is to work with State Department, to work with White House to make sure that Mr. President Trump appoints a special envoy for Nigeria, a special envoy that's going to work, regarding the Christian community in Southern Kaduna and the rest of Nigeria. That is a very critical thing that we are working very hard to achieve. And we must do that. We have the numbers to do it, and we can do it, and we must do it. So we want everybody to come out, join the African Global Center in this goal. It's very, very important. Then El-Rufai must begin to take us seriously. Buhari, or whoever he is that's in the Aso Rock, must begin to take us seriously, must begin to know that they are not going to achieve their barbaric agenda. We are not going to let them do that. Come on now. We live in a world that knows better.
All right. Now, this thing that I've always wanted to talk to you about, my sister Magna, you say you're surprised, and a lot of people say that, oh, Chidi, you're an Igbo man, and I've done a lot of interviews of Southern Kaduna people here, but I keep telling people, Pastor Sarah Omaku is my pastor, and she's from Southern Kaduna. I have lots of friends from there, and from school. I have people from all over the north, and I judge people based on their character. They are good people, they are bad people everywhere. There are bad people from my village even. There are bad people everywhere, even from my family. They are bad people. So it's not because of where you are. However, you see, you just talked about we bickering about stuff. See, there is something that we must address whenever we begin to look at our situation. Truth be told, people of the East, I am from the East, I'm an unapologetic Igbo man, and I believe in the Biafra cause, whether people like it or not. Why do I believe in that? Because we've also tried so much, people like me, to make the government and make the people who are ruling Nigeria understand, and let's build Nigeria together. And the more you try to build Nigeria, the more what they deal to you is their backhand. Like, you show them your front and they show you their backhand. And we know this. You look at appointments, you look at infrastructure, you look at, there's so much that happens to my people. And for that, look, if they say, if we say we want to go our way, like a bad marriage, I don't know why you cannot let us go. Yes, if we are going to go there and kill ourselves, at least we know we are killing ourselves. But let me go back to what I wanted to say. Well, I wanted to say that when the people of the East also were going through what they were going through, when the people of the East talk about their experience during the war, unfortunately, our brothers and sisters from the North don't, they show apathy, they show less concern about what is going on. Some people actually, just like in the US, when you talk, and some people are like, why do you always talk about racism? Why do you always talk about slavery? It happened thousands of years ago. I am not a slave trader. My great grandfathers were slave traders. You don't have to punish me for a crime I did not commit. That is also the reaction you get from some of our brothers and sisters. And I think that is out of ignorance. Okay? Truth be told, the Fulani Caliphate that is from up north, the Sokoto Caliphate and all that, when they came down, it is the Middle Belt that are the closest link. They are at the boundary of the Caliphate and the East. And so the Middle Belt was used to deal mercilessly with the people of the East. And so the pain is real. The what they suffered is still affecting them up to today. So my thing there is this. It's an advice and a question to see if you agree with me, that it is time that also, before someone from Southern Kaduna, before someone from the North who is facing the same thing that people from the East faced, and which is making them shout today, before you begin to talk about what you're going through, you must first of all appreciate that, hey, it looks like in the past we have not shown much concern for what you two have suffered. And so maybe, it's not me that will say for you, but me I would have thought that maybe it's time people begin to say, you know what, I apologize on behalf of my people, that because the other people have been shouting from forever. So if we say, you know what, on behalf of my people, I want to say that I'm sorry that we have not shown much concern, because I think the Middle Belt now, a lot of them, Danjuma, go on, a lot of them now realize that, hey, we were actually used by these people, because we don't mean anything to them. We're used and dumped. If we meant something to them, why are they killing us now? So I think it's time we realize that, hey, we did not show a lot of sympathy for you, but let us put that behind us and let us face our common enemy. So I don't know what you think about that.
I think that's profound and that's important. What you just talked about is important, because I talk about this all the time. Whenever I get an opportunity to speak with my Eastern brothers and sisters, I want you to understand this. Now, I Magna Faith Queen, I represent myself. I represent a certain number of people in the North who stand with Igbo brethren.
Your volume.
Okay, who stand with our Igbo brethren who want Biafra to become a reality. I remember one time I had posted something on my Facebook about Biafra, saying that I was in support of Biafra, and several personalities from Nigeria had contacted me to say, Magna, oh, you're a public personality, you need to bring that down because Biafra has been designated and all that stuff. And I said something to them. I said, How long are we going to keep being afraid of what the government or what the powers that be will do to us? When are we going to start telling truth as it is? I am one person from the northern part of Nigeria that has accepted publicly and has stated clearly that I am in support of Biafra. And I've said it before now that I personally believe that Igbos are, they have something to do with the Israelites. Because if you look at the history of the Igbos and the history of the Israelites, it looks almost the same. That you guys have been systemically persecuted in Nigeria, and people don't want to say that. And it's very obvious. And I'm not talking about in recent times. I'm not talking about now that we have media tools and technology is available to all, and people can, readily see how the Igbo group have been, oppressed and discriminated against. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about from time immemorial. When I was growing up, even in Katsina, I've seen how that the Igbos, they don't even stand a chance in anything. If you're an Igbo man and you're seeking federal appointment, you're joking. You're seeking a job within federal agencies, you're joking. They just have this stigma. There's a stereotype, against the Igbo people. And I've said this publicly. I've said this, that unless other ethnic groups say these things, if an Igbo man is saying I'm being oppressed, it doesn't carry weight. It doesn't carry much weight. If an Igbo man is saying that, oh, I don't have an opportunity, I'm being discriminated against, it doesn't carry much weight. Unless the Yoruba man and the Hausa man says, these people have been sidelined, they've been discriminated against, they've been kicked to the curb. How can we support them? Then we can begin to move forward as a people. But unless the Yoruba man is able to publicly identify with the Igbo man to say, hey, bro, I see what you're going through. I see that, you're being oppressed, you're being discriminated against, you're being kicked to the curb. And the Hausa man also says, you know what, I understand what you're saying. The Igbos need to leave. They need to have their Biafra. If I were Igbo, I would say the same thing. An Igbo man wants to marry me now. And that's not the reason. I wanted to even marry. I was looking for an Igbo man to marry, just so you know, before he came and met me. Because I've been saying these things, and these people not seeing. You see, the problem with Igbos is that even within the Igbo people, the Igbo group, I find that here in the United States, I hear Igbo people saying that, oh, we don't need to separate. Nigeria is... What do you mean Nigeria? What has Nigeria done for you as an Igbo man? What has Nigeria done for your children? What hope do your children have in Nigeria? Why are we afraid to tell truth? I mean, what about that? They will kill me. Everybody will die. If you don't die today, you will die tomorrow. If you don't die tomorrow, you will die 50 years from now. So why are we so afraid? Why are people afraid? Let me tell you another thing. People don't like people like us getting opportunities to speak because we tell the truth. If you find all these very popular media platforms or mainstream media stations, they don't have people like myself online. They want people that will be politically correct and say nice things and give them all the false statistics and all that stuff. Me, I'm a realist. I'm a Nigerian woman. I'm very proud of my heritage. I'm American. I'm an American, but I'm very Nigerian. Niger is in my blood. And I will always tell truth, like my father has raised me. My father was in police, and I saw with my eyes how that Igbo people were being oppressed, how that Igbo people were stigmatized with this, oh, na Igbo man no let am move. That kind of narrative. Na Igbo man no let am move. And everyone is fine. I mean, why would you not join, the fight or the battle that Nnamdi Kanu? I'm not saying that I understand in its entirety what Nnamdi Kanu is pursuing. I must tell you that I don't have all of the details, but I can see, from a human perspective, the pain that has lasted through, decades. What Igbos have suffered from the war and even up until now. Look at Nigeria, for crying out loud. The Igbo man has contributed to the North economically, has contributed to the North, even, physically. I mean, in every way. Go to Lagos. If the Igbos leave Lagos today, I don't know if the economy in Lagos will stand. Igbos are relevant everywhere. So why have we chosen to, repay them with evil and envy and hatred? What have they done to, and even if they did anything, can we not forgive them? Can't we come together and embrace these people that have so contributed to the economy of Nigeria?
And Doc, in addition to that, my take is, I think we've allowed a few people, it's like in the Igbo community, where we've allowed, what's the former governor name,
Ngige.
Ngige, no, from Imo State, the one that,
Okay, is it Rochas?
yeah, we've allowed Rogers to speak for the Igbos. But when you go to real Igbo land, when you go to the grassroots, you will notice that they're not speaking for us. The average Igbo man is not like Rogers. So if you go to the north, our middle belt brothers, Danjuma, and the rest of them, they speak for themselves because of what they can get from the federal government. They're speaking for their pocket. They're not speaking for the people of the middle belt. So I truly believe that when you go to the grassroots, the people of middle belt, they empathize with us, the Biafrans or the Igbos, but they don't have that voice. They're not speaking. Nobody gives them the microphone to speak for themselves.
I agree with you. Even in the diaspora, let me just tell you something, Dr. Chidi. Even in the diaspora, as being a Hausa woman, I must tell you that I've almost had my voice silenced. When I find myself in the midst of Yorubas and Igbos, they don't recognize me because I'm Hausa. I'm always alone. I don't fit in. I don't fit into the Yoruba group Hausas are not as popular, within social and civil affairs, especially in the diaspora. So as a Hausa woman, I find myself alone,
But you see, that's the problem. And let me tell you something. You may not believe in Nnamdi Kanu 100%. It's difficult for you to find somebody that I believe in 100%. I don't believe everything that Nnamdi Kanu says 100%. Even with Omoyele Sowore, that is my friend, that is the convener of my movement, we don't agree 100%. And that is, people have to understand that it is perfectly okay for you not to agree with somebody 100%. In fact, if you agree with somebody 100%, then that means you're lying. Because they're a human being, they're not perfect. So they must say something one day that will not sit well with you. But you will look at the other things that they said that sat well with you, and you use it to forgive them for the one that they say that didn't sit well with you. Do you understand? That's how it works. So even if you don't understand Nnamdi Kanu, even if you don't follow him 100%, one thing you must give to him is that through his broadcast, through some of the things he has exposed, through some history that he has dug up, today we know that you don't just say Hausa people. Today we understand that it's not the Hausa people, that Hausa people are not even the Fulanis, that the Hausa person, that their land was run over by the Fulani and taken over. That it is not the Hausa man or woman that is in government. It's not the Hausa man or woman that is at the head. It is not the Hausa man who is engineering the genocide, because they too have suffered it right from time. So we are now beginning to understand that the indigenes are suffering as much as us. So we're beginning to retrace our steps so that you don't go and be beating the person who is already being beaten, because the master has confused you and has reprogrammed you to believe that you and this person are enemies. So that is the point that we have come to today, and that is what is scaring the hell out of these Fulani lords. Now remember, not every, and let me say it clearly too, it's not every Fulani person that is bad. There are even some Fulani people that are Christians, but the people who are engineering this thing, make no mistake about it, state department, whoever you are, hear it clearly. The problem we have in Nigeria is engineered by the Fulani Caliphate with special help from the British, and the British know it. They are not backing down, they are supporting them, and that is what we are fighting. I think I have summarized it the way it is. Go ahead.
But Chidi, here's the thing. The problem that I have with Showore and Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, I truly admire them. And I remember when Showore started the Revolution Now thing, people were asking why I didn't have it on my platform. The reason why I didn't have it on my platform was because I didn't understand it in its entirety. And I'm one person that I'm very passionate and I don't stop. If I must run a race, I must understand it because I will not back down. If I begin, there's no end. I interviewed Showore when he first started running for presidential position in Nigeria. I interviewed him in Pennsylvania. No, I interviewed him in Maryland, and I traveled to Pennsylvania to.
Your voice keeps going down. Sorry, just amplify a little bit.
Philadelphia. I interviewed him in Maryland. And then I traveled to Philadelphia to have a second interview with him because I had certain questions I wanted to ask him.
With who? Sorry, I missed that part.
Omoyele Showore.
Okay.
Movement.
Okay.
And one thing that concerns me is we can sit down here and call out the people at the very top, like Buhari and El Rufai and all of these people. But we must understand that they're not totally responsible for the chaos in our political system or in the government system in Nigeria. We must understand that they are being supported. Their causes and agenda are aided by leaders within several organizations and agencies in the diaspora and on the continent of Africa. I find that Showore himself, Omoyele Showore, is very close to certain people that I personally call out. Maybe behind the scenes, I call out because they work very closely with the government of Buhari.
But let me chip in here since we brought it up.
Yeah.
I can assure you, there's something you said and that summarizes it all. You don't understand Showore. Showore has no friend in government, and I'll play a game with you. Mention one person.
No, not in government. I didn't say in government.
No, some
not in
friends
government.
that are close to.
I'm saying that. Here's the thing. Here's my issue.
No. Let me tell you. See. This is the kind of.
It's very important that you understand where I'm going.
Okay,
what
Magna.
I'm saying is, we can sit down here, Dr. Chidi, right, in the diaspora and say Buhari is not doing well. El Rufai is not doing well. But who are the people that are making them look good?
So let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you what I like.
Who are the people that are encouraging them and making our own effort, you and I, but making our own effort daunted?
Good. So listen.
The diasporan leaders, the organizations that are so-called Nigerian organizations that have heads that are working very closely with Showore and the rest of them.
So listen to me, Magna. Listen to me and listen to what I like to do. And you see, I have not known you before, and when Anyanwu got in touch with me about your protest, I'm sure he too was surprised. We never planned all this. He was just telling me to please, can I put this on can I help him publicize the flyer? And I'm like, wow, I'll help you do more than that. You have to come on my show. And then I just devoted my whole show to this.
I appreciate that.
Exactly. I wanted him to know that I'm not just after paying lip service to it and just this. It's not a flyer to me. It's a cause that I believe in, and I'm willing to devote my whole show to promoting this. It's not a show. It's something that I believe in. So because of that, I have to be careful about how I bring you on my show. If I had known you before, I know what to do. By the way, I would like to actually show I would like to show your newspaper, your online news magazine here, so people know that you're not just a small person in the industry. They need to know. Okay, let me pull it up. Because since you're already here, we might as well show people what you do. So here on the screen is her magazine. Her online magazine is called War Desk News, and it's a serious magazine. It's devoted to monitoring what is going on, how these people are perpetrating their evil acts, where they are attacking, what they are doing. So I'll recommend it to everybody to go and check out this magazine. It's www.worlddesknews.com. So if you go there, it will make you appreciate more the person that we have as our guest. There's a story there for today that says continual killings and kidnappings in Adara land between August September 6, 2020, and kidnappings have continued unabated. So I just wanted to put that up there so people know that this is what you do. Now, coming back to you, I don't hold any. This is a no holds barred a platform. I would like you, and we're not going to. Oh goodness me! I think we've lost them again. But hopefully they'll come back. I want her because she has opened something now, and I'm not gonna let it lie. We want to. I don't hide people. I don't protect people. No, God forbid. You see, people like us who do this business, we are like goldfish. We don't have any hiding place. You can't come and expect me to protect one person and then decimate another person or criticize another person. No. The same way I criticize the Nigerian government, the same way I criticize people who I think they are not doing right, the same way I like to be held accountable. So she started talking about Shore supporting some people. I don't understand exactly what she means, but I'm going to make sure that we deal with that. I want to know the people that Shore is supporting, and because I know what I've asked Shore several times. I know this is a very delicate balance. Someone like me, I stand in the balance. I stand at a very critical point. I face attacks from everywhere. My own brothers, my own people will say, oh, he's a flafu, he's janjaweed, he's saboteur, he cannot be trusted. My own people know that me, I I stress myself every day supporting. They turn out, don't go away from his channel. So subscribe. Somebody would devote even a whole 2-3 hours video talking about Chidi. That Chidi is using people brain, and is using psychological, he uses a kind of psychological way to present something that will make you, when you're listening to him, you begin to subliminally get an intuition that he is, but he's using psychology on you people, making you people think that he's Biafra, but he's actually working for the Janja with the government. I look at such videos and I say, if you want to grab some of my subscribers, just give me a sign, ask me. I'll come and advertise. After all, we do advertise other people. I will say, people, go and subscribe to you, but don't go. I do another video with somebody. Somebody has turned it their job. Anytime I do a video with someone, they think it's trending. They go and make their own title about me and that person. They begin to criticize. Now, I see that as what people do when they don't have content. So what I was saying is, someone like me, I suffer such things. And then when I come to people too that I also am in the same group with, who are not per se from my own place, they say, this boy is supporting Nnamdi Kanu. Every time for his station, he's always supporting Nnamdi Kanu. I don't think me are thinking that we cannot be trusting him more, because the way I'm seeing it, that boy cannot be trusted. But anyway, but make we just be watching him, sha. So you see where I find myself. I go this side, nothing. I go this side, nothing. So when issues like this come up and you say, oh, Shore supports a certain kind of people, or that he is hiding certain people and not criticizing them, and that is making you not support him. I want to know. I'm interested in knowing and understanding exactly what you're saying. So that's why I really, really wanted to ask my sister this question, but unfortunately, we lost her and him, and I was hoping they will come back. I'm telling you, no, Nancy Okoye, she's not there. It's not me. Oh. Before you go and hear that somebody wanted to expose Shore and Dr. Chidi just hit that person. It's not me. I swear. See, if I don't know how I can show you my Zoom. How will I show you my Zoom now? You will see that it's not me at all. The Zoom thing went off. Let me see if I can try and show you the Zoom. You see that they cut off. They cut off. That's why I cannot bring them on. Okay. So where's my Zoom page? I'm gonna try to show you the Zoom page now, cause people talk say if you comot a tick, this tick wey dey for dog body, if you comot that tick from dog, e good make you show am o, make you no come think say na pinch you pinch am. So if I talk now say the thing cut off, some people will say na lie, show us. So I'm gonna try to show you. Where's this my I want to try to show you my my screen, what is going on my screen. That way you will be able to see. Yep, so this is it. This is the screen. Okay, so let me show you the upper part. Okay, so this is my screen with them. You see, whatever I see, that's what you are seeing right now. Let me pull down to where you see participants up there. You see, participant now only host me. They talk. I have lost them, and this is on Zoom. This is my Zoom screen. Okay. Wait, you see where it says Zoom meeting. I think you see say Zoom meeting, nobody's there. So it's not my fault. I'm waiting for them, and if they come in, I will bring them back. Hopefully they'll come in. Okay. But meanwhile, let me take a call. Someone is calling me on WhatsApp. Go ahead, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, good afternoon, Dr. Shidi. My name is Joanna Boru from Frankfurt, Germany.
Go ahead, Joanna.
Yeah, it's a pity that the young lady and the other man, they are not longer on show, but I think she doesn't really have idea who Shawari is. Shawari is a journalist. I don't know Shawari personally. I've just been following you people, but from what I see, even before this regime, before Buhari came in, I know Shawari does not have a friend.
No.
Shawari aim is to dig out all the dirty things in Nigeria. And
Yes.
not even only in Nigeria, as far as in Africa.
Oh, yes.
That is who a journalist is supposed to be.
Sure.
And as for you, whatever name they give to you, you know our people. I'm not from Igbo, I'm from Delta, but we know our people already. When the rain is about to fall, they don't make attempts to look for umbrella.
Yeah.
They wait until it fall on everybody.
Yes.
So if anybody says Shawari is doing bad thing, why don't all of us take our strength? Shawari has used his strength, has brought his strength in his own way. If all of us bring our strength in our different ways, don't they think Buhari, that seat will be very hot for all the Fulani there?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of us talking from our different corner. Dr. Shidi, I just want to tell you, don't be disappointed in whatever anybody says, especially from your own people.
No
Don't
problem.
be disappointed.
No,
Our
it's okay.
focus should remain keeping Nigeria clean, or if you go cuckoo scatter anywhere when Agbada go pass tear for barbed wire, make it tear, make everybody take in section.
Abi, I agree with
That's
you.
all now.
I agree with you. Thank you
Okay,
very
Dr.
much.
Shiri, thank you very much. And we are still waiting for the
Yes,
lady and the
yes,
man.
we're waiting for them. We're waiting for them. Thank you
Okay,
very
then,
much.
greeting from Germany.
Okay, bye bye. Yeah. Yes, my people. You see, that part was important, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to place a call to them, and let me place a call to Magna, and let me place a call to Magna, and that way we're gonna make sure that we hear this part that she wanted to say. It's a very important part. Um, so I'm placing a call. Incidentally, I don't know. It's not. It's not getting through. It is not getting through, and I do not know why. Cause I wanted to call, and uh, I don't know. I hope their system did not crash or something die. I don't know. If you have something you want to say, I think we can take this time and take your call. We've actually spent almost 2 hours on this program, and we should be rounding up any minute now. But I was hoping they will get reconnected and we can hear lastly what they want to say. Let me also look into the group and see. Somebody was saying, oh, you know what, don't, if you keep Martino Peters. Okay, let's see. Hello, my brother. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Chidi. This
Dave?
is Martino calling from Germany.
Yes, how are you, my brother? A lot of Germans calling
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chidi. I just wanted to say something about what this lady said, yeah?
Yeah,
About Showore, you know?
Yeah.
It is very clear, yeah? It is, crystal clear, you know, that we have to make differentiation here. Because somebody who is working for the government cannot shame the government openly. This is what you have to know. Remember.
No,
the meeting-
let's correct this. That's what I was trying to clear. She was trying to say she didn't mean that Shore was working for the government. In fact, she started explaining that maybe she thinks that she has seen Shore with some people in the US that she's not comfortable with. So if she let us know, then we'll be able to explain to her what was going on. It's just like what I was trying to explain. If someone who does not believe in Biafra, if someone who does not believe in Nnamdi Kanu comes to my page and sees me broadcasting Nnamdi Kanu's speech, we do that three times in a week. You can imagine that. And they come to our channel and they see all of that, they'll be like, this guy is called Biafran, okay? Then tomorrow they see me hosting Omoyele Shore's interviews, supporting him. They see me wearing the orange beret. They say, this guy is revolution now. He believes in one Nigeria. So what you understand? You need to actually ask questions, and that's what Nnamdi Kanu is saying. That's what Shore is saying. That's what Yusufu Aisha is saying. That's what everybody who is talking and thinking and doing anything to push us forward, that's what everybody is saying. Ask questions. Get your facts. Don't just hear one word in a sentence and you don't wait to hear the whole sentence and you pick up your phone and begin to text away. That is what people who are ignorant do. So don't act in a way that will make us think that you are mumu. Go ahead.
Exactly. I would also like to include it that as a journalist, and show at his caliber, I think you should also sometimes be on ground. You know, you have to associate even with your enemies, because sometimes the journalists do that because they want to extract information, you know, because you cannot know the motive why Showore is associating with some kind of people, maybe from the government. You don't know. Maybe this guy is doing this because
Let's what I'm saying is let us not jump into conclusions. I would just say let it be and let's hear from her. That's just what I'll say, because we don't know. Even when she says it, we may even understand what she's saying, but we are just talking about the one that we know. So I'll just say let's let it be, okay? Because yeah, you can begin to expand it and come up with some theories that will lead us into the bush. But thank you so much for calling, my brother.
Brother, thank you very much too. You are doing a great job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a good. Yeah, bye.
Bye. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go now to the chat room. Let me see what some of you have written. Someone says, Blessing Osborne called Fulani headsmen or Fulani jihadis. We're not interested in the names they bear, but rather we're interested in the evil actions. But where is Oyedepo, Yakilome, Adeboye, etc.? Chidi, you need to go back, reconsider your position. Which position? Chidi is not your problem. Chidi is one man. I don't owe you any explanation. Motown empty. Which go back to which, reconsider which position. Why don't you call me? Motown empty. I challenge you to pick up the phone and call. Because when we write, if you really have something to say, you know, like I'm here, you're there, pick up the phone, call. Even if you, because the fact that you're texting right now, it shows you're using a device. So you can call and let us talk, okay? I need you to explain to me what you understand as my position. That's what I like to do. You know, talk is cheap, but text is cheaper. So if you just stay there and you text whatever you like, it's better to put your mouth where your money is. Put your money where your mouth is, or put your word where your text is. So when you say go back, reconsider your position, it is good that you in fact, you know what I said I was going to do a program. And streamline things. And actually, because I seem to be killing myself, you know, trying to sometimes because this platform is my platform. It's my own platform. Nobody made the platform and put me in charge. It's my own platform. What we do is self-publishing. That's what social media is all about. You open an account, anybody, it's not with money. You just open an account, you have phone, you have video. You don't have to be sophisticated like me. When we started, we didn't start with all of this sophistication where you can do this and do that. And no. Just your phone. Do you have a phone? If you have a phone, bam, you're a YouTube blogger. So open your channel and say whatever you like. Support whoever you want to support. But it's not enough for you to just come to somebody else's media, come to somebody else's life, and you tell them that they are not this, they are that, they should be this. Why are they saying this? Why are they not saying this? Like, you sit back and you expect me to go and pick a story about your own village. And when I pick the story about your own village, you sit down, put your leg on the table, and while you're drinking your palm wine, it's now that this man has done what I want him to do. Meanwhile, you're not doing anything. You're not putting anything up there. You criticize, criticize, criticize. What have you done? Why don't you two talk? Get up and talk. Text. Facebook, Twitter. We go on Twitter, we talk. This person comes to talk. We promote the person. This person, we do this, we do that. Your own is to check. Let me see. He posted 10 things. Out of that 10 things, 6 of them was about what I expect. But how about the other 3? Why didn't he make the other 3 the same thing? I'm a journalist. I'm a media house. So we talk about everything. We talk about Toronto, we talk about Canada, we talk about Nigeria, we talk about Biafra, we talk about the North, we talk about Middle Belt, we talk about South, we talk about the things that you don't talk about. We talk about people you like, we talk about people that you don't like. One other thing people must do is, before you stay on a channel for so long, before you participate in, before you begin to criticize the channel, go to the landing video. Like, for instance, if you go to our channel, go to our landing video. That landing video is the video that tells you what worship media is all about. The first video you see there is the video that says, hey, this is what this channel is all about. This is who we are. That's what you must do. Otherwise, you're going to enter into the bush just imagining, because of one, like you saw one video, and because you saw that video, you just believe that that video is the video that, summarizes what that channel is all about. No. That's not right. Okay, go to the about page, go to the landing page. There's a video that I did that explains what we are all about. Okay, so please try to do that, and you will learn more about what we stand for, so that when you see our video, if you see the one that does not agree with what you agree in, you'll be able to say, oh yeah, okay, I understand that they are putting it out there because they have to cover everybody. There are 62,000 plus people on our channel. Those 62,000 people, they come from different parts of the world. Do you know what 62,000 real human beings are? So do you know what we must do to make sure that we cover everybody's interest? It's not easy. So we are just begging for your understanding. Unfortunately, we're not able to have these people come back, and then our guests, I'm not able to have them come back, so it looks like we may have to close. I asked my brother to call, and he got cold feet. People don't like when you call them out. Oh boy, I don't wait for you finish. You're not calling. You even stop typing more town empty. You just type run. Say, Chidi, you did not let the lady state her case. No, you see, people like you, do you even... Okay, sorry. You see, as if I knew. You see why I went and brought that Zoom meeting? It's because of people like this, my brother or sister, Motown T, because they are the ones that go and, concoct things. And hello?
Hello, Dr. Chidi.
Yes, please, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, yeah, it's Chibiken Nodim. I'm a commentator on your program. I'm the one writing about, having a philosophical base when somebody wishes to be an activist. But before I go
hold on. I need to read what you wrote. So what did you write? Okay, hold on. I see it. You are the one that wrote. He said, but Dr. Chidi, you must have philosophical base. That is what you are active, not
I
being.
made a I made a grammatical mistake there. I corrected it.
Okay, you said you must have a solid philosophical base. That is what makes you an activist. So you think that me, Dr. Chidi Nwanyanwu, I do not have a philosophical base.
Yes.
Okay, you have a right to your.
Okay,
That is your. Hold on, because this is interesting, and you know me, I'm open. So please tell me why you believe I do not have a philosophical base.
Okay, let me come to you on that. I'm calling from Switzerland anyway. I'm an IPOB member.
Okay.
Solid one, solid philosophically based. All my ideology is on one thing and one thing alone.
Okay.
Because I understand that Nigeria can never in any way work.
My brother, you're not. Let's take it step by step. You just accuse me of not having a philosophical base. So let us start from there.
Let me come to that point.
Good.
The point is, I've been following you, I don't know, for ages. Even I started following you from Canada when director visited Canada, when I saw Worship Media logo or emblem, and then I say, wow, this guy, you did the work very correct, although I didn't see you in person, but a colleague of yours was busy covering the whole program. I thank you so much for your effort anyway.
Okay, so hold on. You saw me when Mazin Nnamdi Kanu visited Canada. And when he visited...
No, I saw your logo, the WM, that means Worship Media. And let me tell you the truth.
Hold on, my brother. We must... What you're saying is very important, so you have to calm down. Let us explain. When Mazin Nnamdi, because I don't have any philosophical background, I don't even know what I'm doing, but let us take my actions one by one. When Mazin Nnamdi Kanu visited Canada, I worked with IPOB, and Worship Media devoted our crew, our equipment and everything, and we covered the event for 2 days free of charge. We were the ones that streamed it. Every other person who was streaming, there's no phone that could stream from morning till night. We streamed with our equipment the whole activity. It ran into part 1, part 2, part 3 for free. That is what happened during that time, just to let you know. We covered the meeting, the IPOB in-house meeting for only IPOB members. My media was the only one that was trusted to be in that meeting with IPOB. The people that were taking that decision are the leadership of IPOB and Igbo people in Canada here. That is what happened. Now continue to tell me more about my not having any ideology. So you came to know me from that. No, so you came to know me from that, and you say I did a good job there. Now continue.
You did a very great job. There is where I even subscribed on your
So after that time, at what point did you realize that Chidi Nwanyanwu does not have a philosophical ideology?
Now, that is the real deal, and that is why I called. I see you very educated. You understand the vast nature of Nigeria. You quite well understand them all, because I see sometimes your analysis. But sometimes it surprises me. Believe you me, I'm being honest to you and very clear. It surprises me how you can fix yourself into different ideology. I don't understand how you can be with Sowore as your friend and as well promote Mazin Nnamdi Kanu ideology, which is completely there is no way both of them are the same. And I tell you in many cases here, trying to explain it out where we should follow Mazin Sowore and we should follow Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, and you are in the middle. How can somebody with a philosophical, but how can somebody be in both different outfits where they are completely there is no uniformity? How is this possible? This is where I'm lost.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, one confession that you have made is that you agree that you are lost. So when somebody is lost, what you do is you try to show them the way, because you are at a crossroads and you don't know where to go. So your confusion is, and you said you don't understand how that is possible. It is not that it is not possible, but you don't understand how that is possible. Let me explain to you now. Long before IPOB was even given birth to, long before Revolution Now was there, long before AAC was there, long before Take It Back movement was there, Worship Media was there, right?
Yes.
Good. There was a time when a lady was abused by a Apostle Suleiman, and
Yes.
I was the president of the Nigerian association here. Now we're not talking of Nnamdi Kanu, we're not talking of Omoyele Sowore. That period, we looked at the case because the lady is from my constituency, because this lady was from a community where I am the president. I and my wife, we stood behind this lady. People say this lady is a prostitute. Chidi, you are a pastor. We cannot believe. How is it possible that you would even openly say that this lady is your sister? To fear quoi? That is not possible. Do you know, just like when they told Jesus Christ, if you know who this lady that is touching you is, you will not let her come near you. They subjected I and my wife to ridicule. All the newspapers in Nigeria carried this story because they were paid. But what happened? Today, after so many things have happened, a lot of people who are right now in our channel, they've come to say, Dr. Chidi, I want to apologize. Those times, I didn't know that what you stood for was the truth. It takes somebody like you to stand on the side that is not popular. So that shows you a little bit of who I am, and yet I do not have a philosophical background. I'm a fulefu. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu came into the scene, let me even go back. Long before that period, the first big flag that they made in Canada by the Igbo Union of Canada, I used my sewing machine to make that flag. When we did remembrance for, you would need to go and check from when I became the president of Enugu State Association here, so many years ago, like 2013 or thereabout. Nnamdi Kanu had not even started IPOB. We were the ones that we are fighting. We will every year we will remember our fallen heroes. We will sing Biafra national anthem. I made the flag. I even, because I'm an architect and I own a construction company here in Canada, go and ask people in Toronto. I, with my wife, we personally, with our hand, made a cenotaph. We made a cenotaph, a memorial to remember Biafran war heroes, and we went and we laid wreaths at that thing. So, and I've said this several times, I don't have to take permission from you to prove to you that I am a Biafran or I'm an Igbo man. I don't care what you think. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that is me, but I don't have a philosophical background. So when no. Wait. My brother.
Hold on 1 second.
I will give you. Let me land, my brother. This is my platform. Okay, I will give you a chance to talk. So when Omoyele Sowore came into the scene, when he was doing the Take It Back movement, by then my channel was already criticizing what was happening terribly. At that time, even when so when he was going to come to Canada, I told him, listen, my brother, if you need help here, because I don't like the Nigerian government for one bit, if you need help to organize here in Canada, I will help you to organize. The same me, I've organized protests for Southern Kaduna. It's not today that this Southern Kaduna thing started, though. You should go to my page and see. We've organized against Boko Haram. We've organized protests against killing of anybody anywhere. Now, when we did Take It Back movement, we started talking. We started going all around the world, mobilizing people against the Nigerian government. Nobody was attacking the Nigerian government. At a time, the Nigerian government had stifled IPOB. When they attacked Nnamdi Kanu's place, when they shot IPOB members, at the time it was like IPOB was nearly shut down. You know that period. People like me still kept on talking. I'm not saying this to justify anything, but to help you refresh your mind. We started the fight to take back what was happening, take back the rights of the citizens of Nigeria away from the evil government of Buhari. We campaigned until we formed the African Action Congress. People dared us. They said, Chidi, people like you, people like Shore, you stay in America making noise. You stay in Canada making noise. If you know you're serious, come down to Nigeria. Come down and walk the streets. Come down and talk in the marketplace. Let's see you. We went to Nigeria. Hold on, my brother. I left my family because you people don't understand some of these things you take. You didn't sponsor me for 7 months. I lived in Nigeria for 7 months. I lived in a hotel. You didn't pay for that. I made banners. I made posters because you said we couldn't do it. I went to every village, in every town, in every clan in Enugu State campaigning so that we'll be able to show how to take care of our people. My wife and family was here. So many times we were attacked. Do you know that somebody was killed in a place I was going to try to settle a case between Fulani herdsmen that attacked a village and killed people? I was supposed to go there the next day. I missed it. The local government deputy chairman, Abi, or whatever, secretary, that went to that place, Fulani men killed him. It could have been me. And while this was happening, my wife was here with my kids, not knowing what was happening to me. And I'm there in Nigeria campaigning, trying to help people for... Come on. You think my kids live in Nigeria? You think my kids are going to use the school there in Nigeria? No. You people say it's annoying. It's annoying. And when I hear it from my own people, I feel ashamed. Look, I don't take it personal.
Can I make my case too?
Okay.
Can I make my case?
Let me end with this sentence so that you make your case. Sorry. So, when Nnamdi Kanu is promoting IPOB and the Biafran cause, I say, yes, I believe that we are marginalized. I believe that we are oppressed. I believe that since the Nigerian government will not treat us like people who should be co-inheritors of the resources of Nigeria, then we have a right to proclaim our own independence, and I support that, and I will do everything to support that cause. It becomes a problem to my people. I use my resources, I follow whatever is happening, I spend money. Do you know how much I give every month to the diaspora fund here? Do you know? So why is it? Why is it? Okay, talk. Talk. Okay, talk. Come on, man.
I can
You
only
guys surprise
excuse
me.
you. I can only excuse you because of one.
No, I don't
thing.
want you to excuse me. Talk facts. You said I
Okay,
don't have philosophical
Okay,
to be an
One thing
activist.
I will excuse you only is because you're a media man. But you already said I shouldn't. Now let us deal with this logically. Omo Showore now is fighting for restructuring.
Before sorry, I will give you the time. I'll give you all the time. But before you go on, you see, there's something that when people say that, I like them to reason carefully. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would listen to me when I ask him. No, you will talk, please, my brother. You will talk. No, you will talk. You will talk all that. He will listen when I reach out and say, Omoyele Shore wants to actually sit one-on-one with you and understand where you're coming from. Is this something that you would consider? And he said, yes, my brother, why not? And I would organize a meeting between two of them in New York. And these intelligent people would sit down together and talk like reasonable human beings. And after that talk, they will rise and they will respect each other's struggle. Nnamdi Kanu will come and say, why are you people attacking Revolution Now people? Why are you people talking against Showore? That if anybody is fighting the people that we are fighting, we should support them any way we can. And Showore will come and say, how dare you people criticize Biafrans who are struggling for Biafra? They have a right to do what they are doing. And yet, we that are following them will come back and say that the people are stupid. We should be careful, though. So go ahead.
We must be very careful, but we must also be watchful, Doctor. Now, look at just what you said. That was the Showore before the prison. If you had watched the recent interview between Usola, Meyekun Diary, and Showore, Showore in that interview was a completely different person from the person he was before the arrest. He was in one way even accused IPOB of being a source of his problems. He was even in the other way around, rubbishing all what Nnamdi Kanu was saying. He was in the other way around, diminishing all our effort, even without acknowledging how far that Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB has really gone. So that is a different Showore from Showore of 2019 that went to prison. So
Nnamdi Kanu, when Nnamdi Kanu started his broadcast, and he kept saying that it's Yoruba people, Yoruba people, Yoruba people. What did I come and say? I came and said that people should be careful. You are not Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu is expressing himself from a depth of what he has experienced. So leave him to do what he is doing. There's a time for everything. The same Nnamdi Kanu will tell you today, don't say anything bad about Yoruba people. Are you going to go back and say that because of what Nnamdi Kanu said before about Yoruba people, you are not going to listen to him? Has that not made me a prophet? Did I not say, leave this person? This person is on a mission. And what he is saying is based on what he is feeling. How can you come and want to be like Nnamdi Kanu? It's not possible. You need to listen for yourself. You need to make judgments for yourself. I told you before, if Showore has a right, he has a right to believe whatever he thinks. He has a right to believe that Biafra will not work. He has a right to believe that is him. I have a right to believe that Biafra will work. Why do we leave the real issue? Excuse me. Why do we leave the real issue? We are checking what Nnamdi Kanu said. What Showore said.
Please forgive me. Please.
Go ahead.
Let me just say something.
Say.
You sound so intelligent.
No, I'm intelligent. It's not because you say it. I know I'm intelligent. But you said I don't have a philosophical background. That means I'm not intelligent.
That is exactly where I'm going now.
Go to that place quickly.
Showore was the presidential candidate.
And the issue is not Showore. The issue is me. I want to know where I don't have a because saying I don't have philosophical background, it's an insult to my intelligence. It's an insult that I would establish.
I don't want us to go back because if I go back to what I mean exactly by you not having a philosophical base, it will hurt you more.
No. I want you to go direct. Maybe it's because you're not going direct.
I'm being factual because
you need to go direct, my brother. You need to go direct. You need to go direct.
Let us just remove that because it is somehow a bigger war.
So why don't you make it simple? What you think? You have told me that.
This is where I'm going now.
Okay, go there.
If you are doing something, you must believe first that this route you are going will work, and then you remain firm on that path, and then no deviation.
What do I believe and how have I deviated? I stood behind Omoyele Showore before, even when most of his friends abandoned him, even when people were afraid that they will be killed because I stood by him. I said that Omoyele Showore will come out of prison. We prayed, we fasted. I cried on my station, and some of you were like, hold on, why would you want me to desert him to make you happy? That's not who I am.
No. No.
So what's your problem when you say that you are surprised that I'm a friend of somebody like Shore? Why? That is very. I don't know. So why? You want me to come and say, oh, today Shore was my friend. I believed in him and supported. But before, because I'm an Igbo man, I don't want to support him again. Then you will be happy.
Don't be angry. Don't be angry. We trying to reason things out because what only me.
No, you're not going straight to the point. If you go straight to the point, it makes you're going round and round.
Yeah. Don't be angry, please. I'm not disrespecting you, but I'm just saying it the way I believe I see it, right? Now,
okay.
Showore being an intelligent man, the way he thinks he is, but Nigerians in any way, their intelligence is weird, believe me. From what is going on now, I believe there is no Nigerian intelligence. I believe that. Now, as an intelligent person, Showore, he is.
You okay, go ahead. You think Showore is not intelligent? You are the one running his business for him. So Sahara Reporters that everybody quotes Sahara Reporters, BBC. No, you see, make your points because the more you say this, the more you say other things. You understand?
Okay. So I know you see the intricacies in Nigeria is. What do you know that? But you know that I don't want us to overstep where we are going.
No. Why do you always make excuses? I want you to be. I want you to be straightforward. You made a statement. Let me tell you something. You made a statement. You said, Chidi, you are an activist, but you do not have a philosophical background to even become an activist. And I have explained. And you said that you were confused about where I belong. And I said, because you're confused, I need to let you understand. So after I explain to you, don't pity me. Go straight to the point. Say, Chidi, you did this. And because you did this, it makes you somebody who does not have intelligence, who doesn't have a philosophy for what he's doing. So I just wake up and I don't know. For years I've been I don't know what I'm doing.
Going back towards what we finished, but now you want to bring me back to that statement I made. Let me clear you more, and maybe I will talk to you. I don't want to provoke you. I know you are doing your job, but let me just make it sharp and short. If you are on worship media to promote only the cause of the betterment of Nigeria as a media man, as a neutral man, that would be acceptable to critical viewers. It will be sound and clear to critical viewers. But if you are there in worship media as an activist, you must have a philosophical base. That is what makes you an activist. That is just how I want to explain this. I don't want to insult you. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to go to sensitive issues.
Okay.
Sorry. Why I said,
because you don't even know, what you should have asked me is, Dr. Chidi, what is your philosophical base?
What is my philosophical base?
No, not you.
I'm answering your question.
You have not asked me.
My philosophical base is, since I was born, studying the nature of Nigeria, I have reason to understand that the way Nigeria is structured is never going to work because of divergent value systems. That is as clear as ABC. And then my philosophical, I based on that foundation that there must be a way to solve and serve the situation. That is why before now the Kani came up, I was already a Biafran. I understood that Nigeria will never work. And I based all my philosophy towards that angle. That is what I mean by having philosophical training. You must know where you belong and then just focus on that and then work it through.
Okay.
Sorry,
No. Okay, sorry. Now that you have made your point, you see what you're saying. You sat down in your house and you propounded your philosophy and you believe in your philosophy and you believe that philosophy you have is perfect, and you have sat down also in your place and you have looked at somebody else who you do not even know what they believe in, and you have concluded that they have no philosophy. Are you right?
How can I be a Nigerian and a Biafran at the same time? Is that possible?
Okay, so let me tell you something right now. Right now, as we speak, Enugu State is a state in
Biafra.
Okay. Now, the location of Biafra right now exists in international documents, exists within the geographical location of
Nigeria, yes?
You actually said that? Did you
Yeah,
really hold on. So did I hear you say now that Biafra is inside Nigeria now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. No. One at a time now. Hold on. So you actually, with your philosophy, said it on national TV, on world TV, that Biafra is inside Nigeria right now. That Biafra is fighting to remove itself from Nigeria that is holding it down. So why do you have a problem with me when I open Nigeria, when I say that we are inside Nigeria, not there because of our liking? If we are no longer in Nigeria, then there is no need for us to be fighting. The reason why we are fighting, the reason why we are making all this, the reason why I'm shouting, the reason why, even though you don't think I have that ideology, is because we are still under the rulership, under the domination, under whatever you call of the Nigerian state. So when you see people like me talking like, let us forget about semantics. Even, we are Biafrans, but you just accepted it now. But if I say that I'm a Nigerian, does it mean that I agree with the state of Nigeria? No, it doesn't mean that. So let us be clear. No. Hold on now. Hold on. You see,
doctor, why are you supporting somebody who is fighting a cause that you yourself know that he will never succeed?
Let me tell you the truth. So let me tell you the truth. When we end up with the state of Biafra, okay, are we going to have Muslims inside Biafra?
Definitely.
Good. So there will be room for people with a different ideology.
Definitely.
Good. Okay, so when Showore tells you that what he believes is that, okay, let me ask you another question. It will help us understand each other. Do you think that if the government of Buhari is decimated through revolution, do you think there will be a problem with Biafra, with Biafran actualization? Or let me ask you again, what do you think is the main reason? What do you think is the main reason why we have not actualized Biafra today? What do you think is the one singular main reason why we have not gotten what we want? Tell me, please.
Okay. First, if you remember what the lady in your program initially said about the Igbos, it is the Igbo factor. Why is it the Igbo factor? We are a special race, I believe, from
you see, you're going round again. You're going round again.
No, I want to explain. Doctor, please, let me explain.
You see, people are listening to us. People are getting impatient. You are the one that goes round and round and round. You see.
Every question is yes or no, doctor. Let me explain why we haven't achieved Biafra up till now. I'm going somewhere, please. Let me explain. That is historically, there is something in us that the world doesn't want it to exist. It is, if you remember, the struggle of Showore now is about restructuring.
Who told you? See, you know what, my brother. No. Let me
just kill it now by one sentence.
No. We are not going to. Let me tell you why we are not going to continue. Why we are not going to continue is this. Okay, you bring out things and you believe them, whether they are true or not. You stand here, and I should think that I know Moyele Sowore more than you. But when I try to tell you what he believes, you know what he say he believes in restructuring, you know he believes in one Nigeria. When I try to, so it's not going to work. If I want to tell you what he believes, you don't want to. If I asked you why you think, if I ask you why you think right now that these two men who are the leaders of these organizations have respect for each other, you may not want to go there. Sowore has told you that most of us inside, we have left Nigeria a long time ago. Do you think we would have been talking about even the name Nigeria? No, but we didn't give it to ourselves. Have you heard Sowore say that thing? Let me tell you something we must understand as people. You're not. Go straight to the point. I asked you. Let me rephrase my question.
Let me go straight to the point.
Why do you think that we have not achieved Biafra in Nigeria now? What is the singular?
The singular problem is the formation of Nigeria. We have
No, I'm not talking about the formation. Right now, no, you're not answering the question. What is the? Let me tell you something. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in Nigeria and IPOB confronted the state of Nigeria, what is the thing that obstructed that move? Was it not the Nigerian government going to Nnamdi Kanu's house to try to kill him? Was that not the reason? Was it not the same army that went to IPOB people that are in Enugu and killed them? Was it not the same government that killed the people in Nkpo? These are the same people that proscribed IPOB. They are our singular problem. And I don't know why you don't want to accept it, that the singular problem we have is the government of Nigeria at the top. If we are able to remove the government at the top, then we will be able to have our way. As long as listen to me, my brother. Tell me how else you can get Biafra if the army is in Nigeria, the police is in Nigeria, all of them are controlled by the Fulani Caliphate. There is nothing. You have to be ready to fight a war for them.
Definitely. There is no other way. Forget any other thing you hear on
so if you are fighting a war, so my brother, it is impossible. If you are fighting that war, are you not going to fight the war against the Nigerian government?
You don't understand the work Mazi is doing. Nnamdi Kanu. You just don't understand it.
You believe you understand Mazi Nnamdi Kanu more than me. Why do you assume this? You see, that's my problem. Why do you sit down in your house and assume that you know Chidi when all you know is that you see me on my channel?
Yeah, I assume so from the questions you asked me. That is how I get to know.
You don't know me.
You need to go in contact or get in contact with somebody for you before you know that.
Who told you? You have to.
Somebody can analyze you.
No, you. Why? Because you see me. Because you see me on your on YouTube for 1 hour, twice a week. You think you know me? Don't you see where you're making a mistake, my brother? You don't know me.
I'm not even relating this to you. Believe you me.
No, it is me we are talking about. No, before we went to Sowore. No, before we went to Sowore and Nnamdi Kanu, your statement is that me. Did you talk about Nnamdi Kanu or Sowore? It is me, Dr. Chidi Nwayanwu, with everything I have. Even my people, my village. Hold on now. Let's talk. No, my brother. Let's talk on a lighter mode. Do you know if the Igwe of my town and my whole people who looked at me and gathered with the elders, not the chief that you get when you bury your father. You know that chieftain. It's not me that caught him. Or his phone caught. So, no. I'm gonna call him back. He was calling from UK because people will think I caught him. I'm gonna call him back, and I need you to forgive me. It's not every day that this happens, but sometimes we do it so that other people will learn and we also learn. I usually don't do this, and please hold on if you're calling on WhatsApp, because this is why we keep on we keep shooting ourselves on the foot. We are people who should be on the same side, and we try to um, we try to create confusion amongst ourselves. The thing we should be fighting is there.
Yeah, what are
I called you back, my
now?
brother. So on
Okay.
on a very very mellow, you must understand something. You are my subscriber. You are my fan, and I don't disrespect you. I don't want to insult you. We're just having a heated argument. But you do know, by making that statement, the Igwe of my town and the whole of my people who have watched me, and you know, like when they give you honorary degree, they call you, and in front of the whole town without paying any money, they tell you to come back home, and you come back and they give you a chieftaincy title. When they hear someone say that I don't have any philosophical ideology or something like that, you will be insulting them too. So we need to be careful. Look, what you see me do on the media, on my channel, you, if you're basing whatever your conclusion on that, you may be wrong, because that is only part of what you know. But you have my number. If you call, if you are really interested in knowing where the person is coming, you know what is their real thing. Sometimes when you call, you see the way I called you back, when you call and we have that kind of discussion, it will give you a deeper understanding. You must wonder why when I call some people, when I talk to them, they listen to me, they are able to relate with me. It is not a my something, no, and it didn't take a day. There are some other things that they check. There are people that they talk to, and if I am Igbo, it's not everything that is done on the surface. There are deeper things that go on behind the scene. And why I took special interest in what you're saying is that, you see, and a lot of people trying to run me down, what they do, they are doing a disservice to the struggle. Because if you take Chidi down, you actually pull us back more. That's why you don't see me trying to pull anybody's channel down. I don't even mention their names, because if I pull them down, that little effort that they were making will go and be, removing it. It doesn't help. Let us all keep doing what we're doing and, pushing the struggle.
Doctor, I haven't really introduced myself, but I thank you so much. I am Chibike Nodim. I'm IPUB National Coordinator here in Switzerland, right?
Okay.
And I devote the past 8 years of my life in fighting and doing everything I can do for Biafra. Even if it will take my life. I'm very comfortable. I've gotten everything I believe so many of us are wishing for, but that is not all. Sometimes we need to give more.
Sorry, hold on. There's somebody I've been keeping on the line for a long time. So
Okay,
hold on.
so what
The
I'm
other
telling
caller,
you,
hold on. Let him
you
round up.
are-
Yeah, round up. Yeah.
Maybe, doctor, you are doing a perfect work, but please do not confuse the commoner. Please, just let us be focused and then follow a path
Let me-
that is of benefit to where we are going.
Comrade, let me tell you something. You're a comrade like me, and people like you need to be respected, because as a leader, you know personally what you throw into this struggle, and you know what you face. Now, I'm not trying to bring down whatever or trying to demean your position, but it may be possible that whatever you are facing, I probably face 20 times more, and yet I'm able to manage it. So what we must do is we must continue to try to understand ourselves. We must continue to educate the people who don't have the opportunity or the ability to know as much as we know. We must direct them to one enemy. We have only one enemy. It doesn't matter from where you're coming from, whether you are fighting the Nigerian state from revolution now or take it back, or whether you're fighting the Nigerian state from being a member of IPOB. I don't like to say it, because when I say I'm not a member of IPOB, it will look like I don't support IPOB, or I am discouraging people from being a member of IPOB. I encourage people. People ask me number, I direct them to IPOB establishment. But when you will maybe become a little bit disturbed is when I am a fully registered member of Revolution Now movement. I'm fighting the government under Revolution. I'm a founder of Revolution Now movement and very active there. And then you go and see me again, register under IPOB and rise to IPOB. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people, I know because of my passion and what we do, when they come to this channel, they say, we are in our channel, we are here, IPOB, here, Biafra. Then, when they now see that I am a member of Revolution Now movement, it is out of love and passion. They say, oh my God, I thought this guy was IPOB official. We understand that. We only need to make us understand. But we are all on the same page. But thank you so much for your call. You made this very exciting. Thank you very much. Okay?
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Well done. Yeah. Okay, guys. So that's how I like my show to go. I'm going to call somebody who was calling me. I hope he was calling into the program, or let me find out whether he was just calling to talk about something else, and we will close the program. I think that we must. Did you call into the program, or you call for something else? Okay, no problem. Mecha the program, Kaiba. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, no problem. Okay, so that's somebody else calling me. You know, I keep telling people I have only one number. This one number is what I use for everything. And if you call me, whether you want to yab me, whether you want to praise me, I will pick your call. Now, you're going to be the last caller on the show because you kept on pushing. Let's hear your name and where you're calling from. Hello, you're on WhatsApp.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Oh, it cut off again. That person was calling from WhatsApp. Somebody else was calling on the direct line. I'm going to call you back. It's chopping my money when I call you back, but if you have sacrificed to call, why not? We can sacrifice to call you back. And I really want to thank everybody who participated today. It's very, very interesting that we can have different opinions, but yet we are headed to the same thing, and that's what I think it should be. People have diverging opinions, but at the end of the day, they will you see that we're all going to the same place.
The person you are calling is on another call at the moment. Do hold on or call back later.
This person, I was calling you back. Maybe you're trying to reach me again, but Makinde, I was calling you back. If you are hearing me, I'm calling you back. Say you're on another line. Okay. Let me look, because we had a long time talking. Let me see if there's any person who was also. Okay, go ahead. We have you on the line now. Hello.
Okay, that Dr. Chidi.
Yes, sir. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, is that Dr. Chidi?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my name is Zako. I am calling from UAE.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling in respect to the last caller. What he said about you standing by the side of Omoyo Shore and also that of Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, I watched your reaction. You were really angry, but it's not necessary. So when I listened to him and his points, but you did not allow him to land. He tried as much as possible to explain himself, but they couldn't allow him. But from what he said, I understood him clearly. There's no how somebody will be fighting for revolution and you stand on his side and also stand for total independence of Biafra. So the revolution, if he achieve it, it is going to answer Nigeria. So are we going to, at the end of the day, when the revolution ended, then we will now become Nigerians? No. So we, the Biafrans, we need to stand on one thing, Biafra. Like the people who are talking about Oduduwa, they are not going for revolution. Understand? So if we are going for Biafra, we'll go for Biafra. Somebody who is going for Oduduwa, we will support him because he's going for the same thing we are going for. But somebody who is going for revolution is just trying to change the people at the helm of affairs and will still remain Nigeria, which is not what we want. So that coordinator was trying to make a point, but you don't really understand him. What he was saying, you didn't give him, you were angry. So we are watching you and him, we listening to him. He makes a clear point, but you didn't really give him listening ear. So to me, I would say you have to review this because revolution and Biafra can never be the same.
Can I speak now?
Revolution is just to take it from government and control the same government. But here we want outright independence. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much. So what do you have to say about someone that says that the name Nigeria that we're answering, that we did not give ourselves that name, that the constitution we have is not a constitution that we the people wrote, that we never decided from the beginning that we were going to stay together, that we have a right to decide what we want to be as a people. That includes that if somebody wants to be a Biafran, that they have a right to become Biafran. If somebody wants to be Oduduwa, they have a right. How about somebody who believes in that and says that it is important that we go back to the drawing board? It is wrong, my dear, and you're talking out of not understanding. Let me explain to you, since I'm a member of the Revolution Now movement, what revolution is asking for. The revolution is asking for everybody to get, so just listen now, this is me explaining so that you understand. What we believe in is that Buhari and all of those people in government will not allow anybody to go their independent way, will not allow you to decide the name that you want to even call your country, that they will not allow you to decide if you want to be in union with another person from another place. Therefore, since that government is made up of those kind of people who have a different agenda, we do not want, sorry, somebody is calling and is cutting you off. So if he cuts you off, you can listen to me on the channel. So we believe that you see that government at the top, just like they did in Mali. If all of us rise up and pull that government down, nobody is interested in taking over the government and becoming the ruler of the government. At the point where we pull them down, what do you think will happen? We all come together now and we will now listen to each other. And the Biafran man will say, okay, you know what we were saying before is that we want to have Biafra. That is their choice. In every government, you do a referendum. You ask the people what they want. Isn't that what we all want? If the people vote and say, yes, majority of us want Biafra, you do not, there will be a constitution. See, it is not, the reason why Nigeria is the way it is because there is no constitution that is, it is a constitution or constitutional. Let me speak it in Igbo. What is Aghụghọ? Aghụghọ is deceit, falsehood. It's a constitution that is not based. Exactly. It's a constitution that is based on, people with ulterior motive. Because a good constitution will provide, if the constitution was done very well, just like you have in Europe, just like you have here in Canada. Do you believe that up to today, the people of Quebec, just a few years ago, they had a referendum, and the only reason why they have not become their own country is that when they voted, they did not get the actual vote they needed. Do you know that also the people of Ireland did the same thing? In UK, where they belong, they are still saying, no, we don't want to belong to the United Kingdom. And then they had a referendum. They did it because their constitution provided for that. So this is what revolution is asking for. So revolution never told you. See, people can have their personal opinion. Like Omoyele Sowore has said a lot of times that people who are clamoring for regional government, that they should realize that inside that regional government, that they are going to have politicians, they are going to fight amongst each other. That is his own Omoyele Sowore personal opinion, and he is entitled to that opinion. Dr. Chidi Nwanyanwu, who is an Igbo man, who understands my people, is saying, whether we are going to kill ourselves, whether we are not going to love ourselves, leave us to have that Biafra. Have I made my point clear to you? So it is very wrong for you to not understand and keep claiming that we are fighting for one Nigeria, to hold the one Nigeria and hold Biafrans. No. You don't even know the name that you're going to come up with. You may come up with another name. Mind you, not everybody is an Igbo man. Not everybody is a Yoruba man. There are people who are in other tribes that are not the major tribes. So when you have Biafra and you have Oduduwa and maybe you have Middle Belt, the other people, they might want to answer another name. They might still want to answer Nigeria. That is going to be their prerogative. You must allow everybody to decide what they want to do. Do you understand? Does it make sense to you now? Hello?
It makes sense, but I want to ask one question now from what you said.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to ask one question from what you said. Now, my question is this now. This revolution he's using. Now, at the end of the day, when we rise to bring down the government, so who will now going to be at the head to conduct this referendum and not the rest of them?
Okay.
Because from what you said, he said that him and Buhari and the people who are working with the government, the people will now decide who to the constitution.
No. You're putting words. Hold on. Hello.
Who wants to do 100 of them?
No, see. Let me tell you the truth now. Even with IPOB, even with the, and you know very well, they don't need to tell you how I feel about IPOB and my support for IPOB. You see, even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu,
of course.
people like him, that's why you must respect what they do. People like him, they have seen the future. They know that to get to the future is very tough. They know that lives will be lost. They don't know what tomorrow will be. They don't know how it's going to happen. But they have seen that future and they set their eyes on that future. And as they are going, there will be obstacles. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is not the people that he started with that he will end up with at the last day. When Soviet Union was being pulled down, everybody had one objective: to pull down Soviet Union. Is that not what happened? Now, when they pulled down Soviet Union, a lot of the countries that broke away right now, they were not there at that time that the struggle was happening. It was when that Soviet Union was no longer there. That's when so many countries now got the boldness to now come to the same comrades that they fought this battle with and say, hey, my dear comrade, we fought as Biafra, but we, the people from here and here and here, we want to become our own country. You're not going to say no to them.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So we cannot stand here right now and say that we know what. When there is a revolution, let me explain this thing for people who, you need to go and read about a revolution. You see, when we call for protest and we say revolution protest, excuse me, that is not the revolution. The Biafra agitation is actually a revolution. See, when that revolution, the main revolution that will happen, like it happened in Mali, they don't plan it. They don't give a date. They don't announce it. That's why they say the revolution will not be televised. It will not be on your radio. It is one day when this cup has filled up, everybody will be on the street. You see what happened with George Floyd in America. People have been demonstrating. People have been talking. Did you know that George Floyd will be killed on that day? No. Did you know that when he was killed that this is what will happen? No. But a revolution is given birth to out of a people. That is, it's like a volcano. A volcano, every day you see smoke coming out of it. Every day you see smoke. The day it will erupt, even with all their calculations, sometimes they don't get it. That day it will just explode. Boy! So all of these efforts that everybody is doing from everywhere, we must continue. We must continue giving that pressure. Immediately that government falls. See, my brother, because me and you that are oppressed, you see, when we are fighting our enemy, we don't focus so much on what will happen after we maybe we are 10 and we go to fight our enemy. We know inside us that by the end of that fight, maybe 6 people will remain. We don't begin to say, okay, if 10 of us survive, we will share it amongst 10. But if 5 survives, these are things that you already know. The main issue we have is that there is that enemy who is a reproach to us. When we pull him down, of course, now watch us and we'll go mile. We now look around us and see who is still there and who has betrayed us and who has sabotaged. Because there will be people that will sabotage you. There will be people who will fight, and somewhere along the fight they will give up. There's some people who they will capture them. After torturing them, they will change their position. All of these things will happen in the course of the fight. But it is the point at which the enemy has surrendered. You now look around yourself, gather all your comrades who are remaining, and 2 of you now chart your future. That is what all of us are going for. And that's the kind of understanding that, unfortunately, the people at the top of this struggle, they understand it. Unfortunately, too, it is the people who are following that don't seem to understand, and they think that one is against the other. No, it's not. It's just approaching the same problem from different sides. Thank you. So with these few points of mine, I hope I have...
No, you have tried. You have tried. You know, I listened to both of you. So, to me, you were, because of what he said about the geographical whatever you mentioned, you were very much angry. Let me apologize on his behalf.
No. I'm not. I'm not angry with anybody. I'm angry with Buhari and his government. Okay. I don't. How can I be angry with my brother? No.
I mean the guy that got you.
I know now. He is my brother too. Now I'm not angry with him. I'm angry at what he said. You understand? But I'm not angry at him. Okay.
I want to tell you that I've been following you. I pray that God will see us through out of this struggle.
Amen.
Understand?
Amen.
So I've been your fan all this while.
Thank you.
I want to say more grace to your elbows.
Thank you.
Definitely God will bless you.
Thank you very much.
We are doing
Thank you. Thank you.
To be at the forefront.
No, but we have to continue. Nnamdi Kanu says we must continue. Thank you. Let me take this call that is always cutting you off. My brother, you have been so persistent. I really want to thank you for that. Thank you for not giving up. Tell us your name and where you're coming from.
Okay, my name is Benga. I'm calling from the UK. Yeah, Dr. Chidi, I want to have to watch.
Hello.
Okay, I would like to have to what is going on with that brother that you are actually talking to. I think. Thank you so much.
So sorry. Go ahead. Say that again.
Okay. Yeah. With regard to what that brother is saying, I just want to add to it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I said this with every sense of responsibility and sincerity. I wish the brother can understand something.
any war that is brought to a man's door, the highest such a man could achieve is to retreat. You can never win it.
I don't understand what you're saying, that any war that is brought to a man's door, the person will retreat. The person is inside.
When we say war, the aim is to meet at the middle of the road. You don't stay in your living room and somebody bringing war to your doorpost. No.
But if they bring the war to you, you have to fight back now.
No. I'm not saying that we shouldn't fight back. Okay? What I'm trying to say is, if you look at it very well, as it is now, I'm just trying to be as plain as possible with you.
Go ahead. I like it.
The Igbos, just like the Yorubas, are not prepared for this war. So, the reason I'm saying this is, this war, as it is now, revolution is the first option to go for. One, it is constitutional. And if this could be done, if people will agree to stay there for the next 72 hours or more.
But self-actualization is also constitutional.
No. I totally agree. See, I am a Yoruba. My objective is very clear. If I can get Oduduwa by yesterday, not even tomorrow, by yesterday, it is best for me.
So in essence, let's summarize. Let's tie what you're saying. You see, to ask for your own independence out of a state, it is purely constitutional. And let me tell you the constitution that supersedes everybody's constitution. You see, the Constitution of United Nations, all the countries that are signatories to that United Nations, their own law and their own rule at United Nations supersedes your own constitution in your own country. So whenever your own constitution in your own country goes against the law and constitution of United Nations, that's why United Nations will come in and say, no way, you cannot have it happen. And so the right to seek for your independence within a country, it is provided by the law. It is constitutional. The right to rise up and protest, whether you call it riot, whether you call it protest, what you saw happen in America with George Floyd was a revolution. People revolted. What is revolution? Is revolt. So what you also see happening in Canada, happening in the United Kingdom, of people seeking their independence, that is also allowed. So I may disagree a little bit with you that if somebody brings the war to my home, me now, I open my door, I know that my wife and kids are in the house. I open the door, I see one man with cutlass in my front door knocking I will run to the kitchen and bring my own cutlass.
Absolutely.
To protect my...
I think you missed what I was actually saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying if somebody brings war to your doorpost, you will not resist, you will not revolt or fight against him. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if we actually prepare for that same war, we can meet halfway. So that we are fighting against them halfway, not them bringing the war to our own land. Okay. No, we didn't take war to them. So, and they knew that this entire southern Nigeria are not prepared for this. That is why they're calling for ammunition from people's hand. They're calling for, they make sure every parastatal, apart from the statutory position, there is no appointment that is headed by a Christian.
Anyway, I get your point. I point. I think we must.
So this is my point.
Yeah,
we must. When we are talking about this, I want you to take. If you say, "Oh, it is constitutional," okay, fair enough. What Ojukwu wanted in 1967 to 70 was equally constitutional. But what happened? Nigeria rose against the Biafran. So if we do it again, what is the possibility that the same thing will not repeat itself? That's why we are saying we have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Prepared, whatever we have, let us have it in our arsenal as well.
Yeah, what we do is, Even our people have a proverb in Igbo. They say, I was speaking in Igbo, I don't know if we're killing monk. What it means is that when you are in the village square and the masquerade is performing, you don't stand one place to be able to get you know how the masquerade will be, it will dance here, it will go the other side. You know, I don't know about your village, but when it goes into the road, we will run after the masquerade, we will run, dust everything, it will go here, we will see, it will chase us, so we will run back. That is what makes it interesting. It is when you move around with the masquerade, change position, view it from different, you will understand and you will take everything into perspective. So having said that, it is not wrong for people to approach this thing from different angles. If you bend down well, you will see that at the heart of this whole thing is one problem. It is the clueless, useless government at the top. So as long as all of us have something against this government, the only qualification for me to listen to you is that you say Buhari must go down with the zoological republic. Down. Once you say that, however you want to do it, and let me tell you something, nobody has monopoly of idea. If it is somebody from Middle Belt that will bring about the scattering of, let them go and do it. I agree. If it is somebody from where, from heaven, from outside Nigeria, there was one day somebody was calling me from outside Nigeria and the person was trying to tell us what to do. I say, oh, this man, why Nigeria wahala come be your headache more than you? So wherever we get the solution from, we should take it. But thank you so much for calling, okay? I appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah.
Bye for now.
Hey, today program don't sweet me or pass. Oh, my brother, you held on. Are you still there? Are you still there on WhatsApp? Okay. Oh, sorry. I don't know. I didn't know he was still holding on. But yeah, that's it. We spent almost 3 hours on this program. That's unbelievable. Unfortunately, it was so unfortunate that we lost the people that we started this whole thing with. I wish there was a way that they came in. Remember, the lady started talking about Omoyele Shore, and you would only have wished that there was a way she came back and rounded up the program. But notwithstanding, we thank God that we were able to get from the program whatever we got. I'm going to make one last attempt to call Chike Anyanwu from Maryland, who was our guest. If he somehow picks up his phone, I'm hoping that we would round this thing up. I'm praying seriously that he picks up his phone. I hope they have not hacked everything about them. Anyways, guys, you can see I tried. Promise Peter, my WhatsApp number is the same number. I have only one number, and I'm going to wait to hear what my director will say. We have really stayed long. Don't know what director will think now. What are we doing here? I wanted to call the person who had called last. You know how when you persisted in calling. Okay, we have to end the show. Okay. My director says we have to end the show. So thank you so much, everybody that called in. Thank you, everybody that held their opinion, and thank you for the people who were keeping the comment section very active. I respect you. If there's any way I disrespected you, I'm very sorry. But let us continue this discussion another time, okay? God bless all of you. This person, please let me just tell this person that we're See, my brother, we are closing. We are actually closing. So you will just make your point in 30 seconds, please.
Okay, Dr. Chidi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, my issue is this. These people that are calling, attacking Shore for doing revolution and attacking you for doing revolution now. Now, my issue with these people is this. Shore is in Nigeria, right there in Nigeria on ground, actually doing revolution.
Abi?
Right?
Abi?
It's in Nigeria doing revolution. So we see something really concrete. Now, my question for those people is this. Who is in Nigeria right now on ground doing Biafra?
No, we have
Nobody.
people. We have people. No, we have people. No, the people that were killed. The people that were killed are in Nigeria.
But those are kids. Those are not leaders. Those are not people leading the Biafra.
No. Let me see. I'm here to try to balance issues. Nnamdi Kanu was in Nigeria doing Biafra. He was on the street. It's just like what Shore is doing. They came to kill him with armored tanks. So let's not forget.
Okay.
So we can't.
I agree. If it was the time where Nnamdi Kanu was in Nigeria, that people are calling now and talking, then I can agree with them. That okay, yes, we have somebody in Nigeria fighting right now. I can agree. If it was that time that these guys are criticizing you or criticizing Shore, I can maybe agree with them that okay, yeah, in fact, we have somebody in Nigeria fighting for Biafra, so let's not get in his way. You understand what I'm saying? At that time, they will make sense. But at this moment, they are not making sense because no one is in Nigeria fighting any battle except the revolution battle, except Shore. So if Shore is the only one on ground, then that's the battle that makes that no one they have no right to now be criticizing Shore for fighting for revolution now. Because if revolution now is not in Nigeria right now, that means we have nothing in Nigeria fighting for anything. So we're all sitting in Europe and America fighting keyboard revolution. Biafra revolution on the keyboard, on the internet. That's how you fight. You have to be on ground to fight.
It's
and
okay.
if somebody's on ground fighting, let's not criticize that person.
I understand your point. I understand your point clearly now. I get what you're saying. And that is the fact. Let us not criticize the people.
Are so annoying. They are very annoying.
It's okay.
I don't see how revolution now is in the way of Biafra.
No, it's not a problem. No, it's not a problem. The person that they don't understand. All right. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, guys. So much educating today. So much enlightening. And on this note, from me, from here, it's goodbye.